Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, wait, hold on. Uh, there you are. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and oh my goodness. So I was going to do a cold start this week and I totally forgot to
Coldplay?
because everything is insane.
Yeah, did you hear about the Coldplay thing?
Yes, the Coldplay thing was hilarious. Like legitimately.
Yeah, yeah, that was crazy. I was, I just thought it was okay. So for those of you who don't know, so there was a Coldplay concert and they were doing a jumbotron thing where you know how during sports events they have this camera that pans on couples, and then it's like a kiss cam or whatever. Well, Coldplay decided to do that at one of their concerts, and they caught this older couple and they're like, this man had his arms around this one lady in a very non-platonic way, and then they see themselves on the jumbotron and they quickly like separated from each other and they all ducked down and hid their face, and it was so great because the lead singer to Coldplay was like,
Barbara Streisand set to the
oh my god,
max.
thank you for the raid, I literally just started. I literally just started, thank you for the raid. But like oh, what is it, it was just icing on the cake because the lead singer of Coldplay was like, okay, either they're really shy or they're having an affair. To totally turn out that apparently the guy is the CEO of this company called Astronomer, and
Was.
was the CEO of this company called Astronomer, and not only was
Oh,
he the CEO, but the lady he was canoodling with was was the freaking, what is it, the HR director, the director of HR, human
hmm.
human resources, you know, the people who tell you not to have fraternization in the workplace. And do you know what's also like, you know, the little icing, the little cherry on top? Apparently she had recently gotten promoted, and it's like,
Oh, you
oh,
don't say,
oh
huh?
really, oh really, you don't. Yeah. It's all ridiculous. And then the man thought it was a good idea that he was gonna sue Coldplay getting his uh for getting his public life out there, or private life out there, even though they openly were being romantic with each other in a public space. But yeah, okay. But yeah, it's a crazy memeable moments. Everyone's memeing on them right now. Like so many. Have you seen the memes side? They're hilarious.
So I've seen a bunch of them. I don't know if there's a specific group of them that you're talking about, but or like a particular one. But yes, I have seen all of the memes. Not all, again, not all the memes. I've seen a bunch of the memes. I've seen a bunch of the stuff, and it is it's like, so first of all, it's hilarious because cheaters getting what they deserve is funny
Oh yeah,
and
they were both married and they both had kids with other
yeah,
people.
yeah, which again is terrible for the family. Obviously, it's really bad for the family. It's bad for the individuals. It's I want to
Oh,
say
terrible for the
like
kids. Terrible for the
yeah,
kids.
yeah, absolutely terrible for the kids because now like they're gonna have trauma about this for a very long time, like a very long time, and the relationship, obviously, the cheating relationship itself is most likely going to be completely dunzos
Yeah.
because like I mean like unless you just throw away every relationship that you've had and you just like embrace it, unless like some people they really love embracing the chaos, that is a
Yeah.
thing, so
Yeah. I mean, some people
so yeah.
some people get into the, what is it? They're like, I'm the special one. I'm the one he chose and he's not going to leave me. But there's a saying amongst women, you're going to lose him the way you got him, because once a cheater, he has a propensity, or she, once a cheater, kind of always a cheater, because it doesn't, everyone's like, I don't understand. Why is this such a big deal? What does this have to do with his job? Well, it goes with how reliable somebody is. If they're not trustworthy in their own home life, how much are they going to be trustworthy being a CEO of a company? Like, if he's willing to screw over his own wife who loves him and bore children with him, like, who that just means he probably might screw over investors. He might screw over his own company. He might embezzle.
Exactly.
Like how much a cheater cheats, do you know what I mean? Like they
Mhm.
mess they was it cover their tracks. They hide things. I mean, technically he wasn't doing a good job hiding this instance, but but and plus it shows. Someone said it shows his subtlety skills and how much he's not very skillful because he sucks at cheating, so maybe he's not actually good at
Yes,
being a
yeah.
CEO. I was like, god damn,
Like
okay.
like the second I saw this, um the second I saw this and the second that I was like kind of processing it, I was like, well, that's really dumb. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, you know, problem solving, right? It's like, well, like what could he have done to like like what could they have done to like get out of that particular situation? And then I thought, I don't want to be helpful to this ass hat because I
Yeah,
don't care about this POS.
yeah,
And so I had that epiphany, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm just not gonna think of it. Whenever I get presented with problems, it's like I'm always like there's like default into problem solving mode quite quickly, and it's always
yeah.
kind of
It's
like funny that
you
way.
can't you can't really save face at this point. Like, you just,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
that is like it's like that is just like, oh yeah, again, it's like, I know it has nothing to do with gaming, but it's really funny
I mean, it's
in
on the internet.
in a
Everyone's
couple of
talking about
ways,
it.
and it's yeah, and everybody's talking about it, and it's the big news of the day, and it's better than a lot of the news that we've had recently. Let's
Yeah,
just put it like
it's a
that. It's
slight tiny bit of lightheartedness in the fact that it's kind of funny
mhm,
that this
mhm.
happens. Because let's be honest, everything else in the gaming industry right now isn't the best news. But so, yeah, we try to, like, at least make some funny little stories here and there. But yeah, oh, also people pointed out that the man in this scenario is getting more hate than the woman, and apparently some
No, the
people
woman the
is
woman
equally.
deserves it
Yeah, she's the
way
head of the
more.
HR department. She's the
Yeah, she
head.
knows best. She no, knows best. She's supposed to know better. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just put it that way. She is supposed to know better, and she willingly like messed up like multiple people's family. And then the girl that was there with them, she's also works at the company, and she and the other girl are like good friends, and she's like full on, like, she knows that these two were like doing this. She knows what's going on, and apparently at no point did she think, hey, I should probably tell somebody or should probably condemn this behavior or something like that. It's like, oh, it's so gross. And then you
Apparently, like, a lot of employees knew about the relationship. Apparently, they people in the company knew about their relationship, and they came out with statements after it all blew up. I was like, wow, okay, no one said anything, and it's like,
yeah.
well, he's the
No,
CEO. He could.
that's
There's a
the
huge power imbalance. If they probably said stuff, he probably got them fired, or they probably cover it up. To be perfectly honest,
right.
but yeah, it's just you get what you deserve. Like, I remember someone said that that was it. Karma couldn't wait to hit him in the afterlife, so they hit him right now. Karma had to hit him right then. And I was like, yeah.
This is true. Yeah, this is true. Pretty funny way of looking at it too. And like, again, it's like karma's gonna come, and it's gonna you I hope and again, I say this like fingers crossed. I hope karma affects people, because if it doesn't,
Oh, it
then
does. It just builds up over time.
then it's gonna like, yeah, it's not gonna
Either
work. But
either it builds up over time and it happens to you later in life, or it you carry it with you well, I'm spiritual, so I believe this, but you carried it into your next life, and then it affects how your next life turns out. But that's just me. That's how I think. But karma is definitely real. Or at least this story makes should let you, believe in karma. Because, oh my god. But like, someone also said that it's the way that they reacted. If they hadn't like jumped away from each other and like hid their face,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
no one would have.
nobody would have seen anything, and
Yeah,
nobody would have thought about anything. So that kind of speaks towards the idea that these two kind of like, they
how
secretly
much
want to be caught because
how much do you
they're
love each other
probably both
really?
drama.
It's like,
Well, they're probably just
because
they're drama fiends,
no,
right?
I
Like they
mean like
feed
they
off the
had.
drama completely.
I mean, true, but it's like how much shame because they threw, oh, like they threw themselves away from each other with great embarrassment and shame, and it's like, ooh. So I don't know. To me, it's like, how much do you guys really love each other? Really, I don't know, because it's like
They're
the
addicted to the
thrill.
drama, they're addicted to the shame, the thrill, the all that stuff is they're addicted to everything. I honestly believe that. I think that just judging based off of like how they reacted and all this stuff, it's like, yeah, no,
Yeah, because
they're in this stuff deep.
yeah, some like apparently the ladies know. The lady in the situation is no stranger to this type of thing because apparently like
And
she
she's done it
she
before.
divorced one dude for a no, allegedly. This is something that someone said on the internet, so I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently
Yeah, yeah.
allegedly she was married to one dude, they got divorced, then she married a CEO of another company, so she's married to another CEO of another company and is currently cheating on that CEO with the CEO of Astronomer. So it's like, okay. I wonder how why the first marriage didn't work out. I wonder. I don't know. Someone. Well, I wouldn't want you to totally investigate in that, but like, it wouldn't be surprise me if it's because she was like hanging around with people she shouldn't be, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it seems like a pattern of behavior. So I don't, well, on the woman's side, I don't know about the guy's side, but if he's willing to do that, it's not a very strong case of character. But hello, lazy Clay Gamer. Goodness grace. I'm here for the news. Now, where's the news that Lady Reaver is president of Sony and Sai is president of Microsoft? I kind of wish, but we're not, unfortunately. We're just, YouTubers on the internet and streamers. But yeah, that's just a daily dose of reality. Now we have to get into gaming, the gaming sphere.
The gaming situation is insane this week. Oh my goodness! I do have to make I have to make a slight correction from last week. Um, we talked last week we talked about Microsoft and all the crazy stuff they're doing, and you brought up the AI thing, and I said no, they're not. Microsoft isn't getting into AI. I needed to clarify that because yes, Microsoft is getting into AI quite heavily,
Mm-hmm.
and they are firing people and making room for more AI stuff. But what this mostly is like the automated features and stuff that AI can do, such as like when they're asking, or when somebody is like, comes to them with questions, right? Like, hey, my Windows isn't working because I have this bug, and that like tech help is like AI can do that tech help a lot better than certainly a lot of like mid to low tier like IT people. The higher issues of like, hey, I screwed this up, and now this, there's this huge massive problem. It's like that's what you need like regular tech people for, but you don't need them for like some of this other stuff. And then with the coding, there's lots of like coding where it's like, hey, we need this code to be done, and it's just like all we're doing is making it more complex and more difficult for somebody to break the system. It's like, well, you get an AI to do that because they can create 10 times the amount of ways to obfuscate that kind of stuff than regular
Yeah,
people do. So
just like
yeah,
repetitive code that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
need
that
fine
kind of
tuning.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, yeah. So and yes, they have dumped $80 billion into AI. But what I was talking about specifically there was that the fact that Microsoft isn't getting games to be made solely by AIs. That's something that they are investing in, but they're not dumping. That's not the 80 billion. It's like there might be a billion of that going into that, but and or like not counting the repetitive coding, because again, you cannot emphasize how much repetitive coding doesn't need to be there, and we don't need people doing those kinds of things when they could be realistically doing something else that's a little bit better, and there is a fine line between, well, like, you know there's a big fine line between the difference between what do we get, do we aim for a society in which you just have a ton of like jobs that are just there to serve people jobs. It's like it's like window washers or or people who vacuum. It's like, do we really need people to do that? Or would it actually be better to have AI do that, like robots to do that? And with like vacuuming, it's like Roombas. It's like Roombas are great. They're awesome. You could probably have a bunch of them out doing a whole bunch of stuff. You probably make Roombas that take care of gardens and take care of like food generation and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm getting off the point. The point is that Microsoft is pumping money into AI, but it doesn't appear that they're trying to come up with like 90% AI companies pumping out video games.
Mm.
I don't even think we're there with that technology yet. Grok came out with an AI made game where it's sort of like it's like a Diablo light kind of like run around, like avoid and kill stuff and blow stuff up. That's a very basic concept of a game. It's like, sure, it's there and it's getting better and it looks kind of cool. And we're probably going to see more and more stuff like this in the future. And we've definitely seen video content on YouTube get hit this week with a big ban hammer for that kind of stuff too. Actually, it wasn't ban; it was demonetization. So there are those things that are in the process of going on, but not in this particular case. But I did want to make it clear: yes, Microsoft is investing in AI, but it doesn't seem that AI is directly pointed at the games industry. It seems to be mostly pointed in other perspectives that Microsoft is involved with at the moment. So yeah,
Okay.
just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. I mean, it's just so easy for what is it, gaming companies. Oh, first of all, I should probably say my headset is dying, so I might have to switch out to
Oh, yeah.
the wireless headset in a bit because it's not dead yet. So I still got juice in here before it dies. But anyways, but yeah, it's just a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, and people are worried that soon companies, especially greedy companies, are going to replace uh the human element of making games with AI. And to be perfectly honest, I honestly think it is likely that it is going to happen. Sometimes changes happen in increments. And they're like, and they lie a lot. They're like, oh, we're just doing it for like, very benign stuff. It's not too bad. And then they're like, well, we couldn't find someone to fill this position, so we're just gonna have AI do it. And they're like, oh, well, we no longer have these people to make it for us, so we're gonna just have AI do it. And then just slowly, you know what I mean? Like, just slowly
Mhm.
make
Right.
it just purely AI over time. Because sometimes people just shrug their shoulders and then look the other way if it's not really, I don't know. Some people have a tendency to forget things, so they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna do it like this," and they're like, "Oh, that's fine," and then they like turn away, and while they're like looking away, the companies are like, "Okay, let's start replacing employees slowly, subtly. Let's start replacing people." But yeah, because that's what they've been doing for many years, and it doesn't wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they do that. Censorship at Steam. Can't wait to get my popcorn for whenever that news comes up. Oh yeah, censorship. We haven't.
Yeah, we're gonna have it.
There's okay. First of all, there's a lot of things apparently going on with Steam. It's not just that. It's something. There's other things too, but I'll get to that in a minute. Only time will tell how much Microsoft is truly investing into AI, because at the end of the day, articles are only words, not real constructive evidence. Yeah, true. For the most part. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, guys. All right. So apparently, Valve is refusing to pay $20 million to people, and you're like, Reaver, $20 million? A multi-billion-dollar company doesn't want to pay people $20 million? That's kind of fucked up. And I'm like, oh, sorry for cursing. Actually, sorry, my bad. But it's like,
It only really matters for the first like 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the show, and then YouTube doesn't care as much
uh,
anymore. So
okay, good.
we're pretty okay.
Thank God. That's pretty messed up. But it's like, well, actually, that's what they want you to think, that Valve, being the multi-billion-dollar company, are being stingy about, making such a big payout to consumers. Because they're like, why aren't they letting consumers in this certain lawsuit get $20 million? That's just not fair. Well, what happened, if you actually delve into the story, it turns out that Valve had, or Steam itself had, a policy where people abused it. People abused the policy, and Steam had to totally rewrite its policy because people abused it. Now, what is this policy? So apparently, they're like, any type of like, if there is any type of legal situation, Valve and Steam were, when it comes to gamers and when it comes to like, I don't know what's an arbiter. Is it arbiter in the law?
So an arbitrator is somebody who comes in and there's a disagreement between two sides. The arbitrator comes in, overhears everything, and then typically makes a decision. And they're typically really neutral. Like it's not. You can't be like, "Hey, man, you're the arbitrator for this one thing coming up. Hey, if we pay you under the table, can you side with us?" It does happen from time to time, but most of the time, like if you're involved in that process, so if you're one of the parties that are like, getting an R, you both have say. You have a veto ability to veto somebody by looking at them and go, hey, this guy's got diamonds for teeth, and he's like, like he regularly like spends time at your yacht club. Like obviously we're not going with him, so there is that. Now again, there are some people, and most of the time the arbiters aren't, like, it's not their full-time job. Typically they're judges. So typically they come in, or they're a retired judge, and they're going to look at things really fairly. Again, some people have had bad experiences with them, but overall, in a lot of circumstances, they tend to be pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, in this case, apparently, if there was ever like a legal disagreement with Valve and Steam, what is it? Steam offered to pay for these attributors. Like Valve,
Arbiters,
yeah, arbiters. Like the Valve, what is it? Offered to cover the costs of these
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Now, what did this do? It actually caused some lawyers to come up with a scheme to basically scam Steam. Now, they convinced people they convinced people to basically push a lawsuit or some kind of I assume, well, I guess a lawsuit, to open up a lawsuit with Valve. I don't know if it was against Valve, but they opened a lawsuit concerning Valve for Valve to to cover the costs. Multiple lawyers did this. All right, multiple lawyers did this, and they footed the bill to Valve, and the bill came out to $20 million. And it got to the point where like these consumers didn't even know what they were doing. These lawyers just said that, oh, you're entitled to something or other if you own this game, or if you have Steam on your computer, you're entitled to this much of this. And they just kind of clicked on it, but they didn't really know what they were getting into, because obviously the lawyers were like using legalese and scammed these consumers. They didn't even know what was going on. They even tried to backtrack on whatever, like, was it this lawsuit that these lawyers like convinced them to get into, they try to backtrack and get out of it. There was even, was it like Steam forums on Steam asking like, how can I get out of this, because I don't know what this is. I didn't know what this is. Like, can someone tell me how to get out of this? And it became a very, like, obviously Steam noticed this and is like, this is becoming an issue. And so they, what is it, they had, was it, they pushed like 50 different compliance, it's not complaints.
It, I believe it's probably compliance. It's probably
Yeah,
the compliance rules. Yeah,
yeah.
because that is a really big thing in the industry. Yes.
And so they pushed for Valve. They're forcing Valve to pay like, I think it was even more than 20 million. I think at first it was like almost like 40 million. Like, it was like a lot of money, and they were like, Valve's like, what? Like, we're not paying for that. And so they just said, no, we're not paying this lawsuit or whatever. We're not paying for this. And then that resulted in, what is it? The lawyers doing like a countersuit where it's like, well, you refused to
Yeah.
pay something that you said you were going to pay. So because you know, backtracked on it, you're going to get sued. And then, like, right now Valve is just like fighting this because obviously this is just a huge scam. It is a scam. This
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
benefit anyone except the lawyers pushing this. It's just the like, all of this, the way that they set this up is that the lawyers get the payout, not the consumers. And even if the consumers do get a payout, it's like a tiny fraction of the 20 million, you know? Like, they're only going to give them maybe 1,000, but that's pretty much it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a tiny fraction. Most of it is just going to go straight to the lawyers' pockets. And that's why Valve is refusing to pay this big like buyout, because it's not even for consumers at all. Like, it's just people trying to scam people, or especially trying, not only, well, it is kind of disingenuous. You're scamming consumers in order to get money out of this consumer friendly company, which is like just a jackass move. But yeah, that I, when I heard about that, I was like, that is crazy. But that's, you know, only one thing going on with Steam. Hold on, I'm trying to.
Steam has for a very long time had a I would say like a moderate problem with lawyers. They can get blindsided. And I don't know if I would say that this is, well, you know, it's like it's Valve's fault. They're stupid. They don't know what they're doing. I wouldn't say that. I would say that when you have the society and the culture setup that we currently have, you will always get to some high degree. You will always get
Bad
to
faith
some high
actors.
degree bad faith actors coming in and manipulating the thing
The
as
system, the
much the
rules.
system as much as they possibly can, because that's just the way that some people are. Some people, you know, they want a free lunch, and they don't. There's an old quote. What is the quote? It's like, there are some people who don't believe they've had a good day until they've scammed somebody,
Mm.
until they've gone out of their way to essentially steal from somebody. And I will 100% agree with that. That is something that happens oh so much. Like oh so much. It is so common and so sickly and disgustingly common that it really does boil, you know, it really does grind my gears. It grinds my gears.
Yeah, it's
To use
just,
the old, you know.
yeah, this is just wholly unfair because it took advantage of a system that Valve was making in good faith.
Hmm.
And now they totally got rid of that policy. They totally got rid of the policy. Or I wouldn't say they totally got rid of it. They reworded the policy so that it's like
Yeah.
less predatory on their side.
I I do believe that I think one of the greatest companies in the world today, one of the most heartfelt, actually good faith acting companies, is Valve. Are they a little bit greedy? Probably. Like, they make an enormous amount of money. Are they as evil as Google has been or as Microsoft has been? No, not by a mile. Like they could be so much more evil. It's like some people are like, but yeah, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they didn't make they didn't make what is the game that everybody's been screaming about forever? Bloody hell.
You know that one game? That one game
Half
everyone's
Life
talking
3.
about, that one game?
Half Life 3. Half Life 3. Yeah. They didn't make Half Life 3. I hate them. They didn't make Half Life 3. I want them to make Half Life 3. It's like, okay, I get it. Like, like you're angry because they didn't make your game or they didn't do this or they didn't do that. But again, it's like, would I rather deal with everybody if I had to, if I had to pick between EA, Ubisoft, Sony, Xbox, um, every single game developer out there that's a big major company, right? Like major companies. Larian doesn't count; they're too small.
Uh,
If I had to pick a major conglomerate taking over the games industry in every perspective, what company I would want, what company would I want them to take over and have the reins to do with whatever they wanted, I would immediately say Steam. Every single time. There's no scenario where I would say Sony, Microsoft, Ubisoft, EA, blah, throw up, Ubisoft, throw up, all these Tencent, yeah, no, go, off a cliff.
uh,
Um, in none of these circumstances would I be willing to say, oh yeah, no, they're okay. No, it's always Steam. Steam is the premier company that I would want to deal with in every possible scenario that I could think of. Does that mean they're perfect? No. And as we're going to get into, they don't always. How do when we talk about the censorship stuff is not their fault in the way that some people are assigning blame to them. It is, as many people have pointed out, there is a substantial screw up going on here from some really bad actors. So we'll get into that, and it makes me sick, but yeah.
yeah. Did you want to talk about the? Because I was going down in order. Do you want to talk about the Subnautica controversy?
Um, yeah, talk about an absolute POS there. But yeah, we'll get into the Subnautica. Yeah, stay tuned for the I've got words, and I'm sure Reaver has a lot of words for the censorship scandal that's going on at Steam right now. So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, the whole Subnautica thing is absolutely disgusting. So much disgusting that I think on social media or somewhere recently I said I hope that every single person at Crafton, I hope they all die in abject poverty, losing everything that they've ever had and ever owned. And I hope that the absolute worst things that can happen to a person happen to them, because they are the person. It's not like they've got a long history of acting like the devil. No. This is a relatively new group of people who are just acting with, again, what I can only describe as pure evil malice, that as a society, we normally, as a society, what we should be doing to these people is we should be dropping them on like an iceberg that's like floated out to the middle of the Pacific and then just like turning our back on them. It's like that's what we should be doing to these kinds of people, because of the abject horror that they bring about onto regular people.
Yep.
Regular people get destroyed by these monsters, these absolute horrific monsters that do not give a single, they would not give a single hair off their head to see you not die horribly. They are the most, they are the worst people you can ever find yourself dealing with. And that's strong language, and it's like good, because yeah, it is meant to be strong language. It's meant to be really strong language. These people are absolute total scumbags, just absolute, like, anybody going off, getting fired off into a rocket into the sun. I vote these people first and foremost. Um, well, not first and foremost, but pretty close to being first and foremost. Yeah, just any way you can get rid of them, get rid of them. These people are scum. They're horrible, 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 evil people who, again, if there was a way that they could make money off of your death, they would. In a heartbeat, they would, and they'd be happy. They'd be singing about it. They'd be so happy. These are the people who they don't think they've gotten. They haven't had a good day until they've scammed somebody out of their life savings and ruin them to the point where they can't make they can't buy the needed medication to live for the next day. It's like those are the people. It's like all this phone scammers from a certain place in the world, all the people who do scams against elderly people who take all their money and laugh and ride off into the sunset. It's like, yeah, those people are that's these people, and they're absolutely garbage. And I hope that they get everything coming to them as much as cheaters and betrayers do. Like just so awful. I can't, like, words
Yeah.
cannot express.
Like, I know how it's kind of funny because like Sai goes on this huge rant about how they don't like these people are such scumbags, and it's like, well, first we need to explain why we feel so strongly about this. Uh, so they're okay. So they were on the trek to make Subnautica 2. In fact, they were actually very close to releasing it. The thing is that the company who hired these developers to make Subnautica 2, they said
So the company Subnautica 2 started out as their own company. They sold themselves to this publisher. They got bought out.
oh,
That
okay.
was their first fault. And all of those people are the original devs behind Subnautica 1. So this isn't new people. This isn't people that they brought in to replace old developers or to develop or build a game based off of an existing IP. This is the original developers of Subnautica 2, of Subnautica 1 and their other games, who got bought out from this company and are, they're going out to make this new game.
And
Yeah.
yeah, like
Okay.
it.
There we go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. No. You're good now.
Sorry, my
Did you
head's
did your
no. It
did
just
your headset die?
it kind of cut out, and so I was like, sorry if you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
keep hearing weird noises. It's because the connection's kind of the what is it? This is a new cord, but the connection's messed up. Oh, sorry. Say something real quick.
Something.
Thank you. Okay.
People are crazy.
Trying to see if I could. At this point, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care like what I look like. You can just see my hat at this point. I don't really care. Sorry, trying to just. Okay, say something.
Something more.
Thank you.
Something.
Okay.
Something more.
So the Subnautica situation is that they're on the trek to make Subnautica 2. You know, Subnautica actually did pretty well for itself the first game, and so they're making a sequel and with a new character and maybe a crew that you have to take care of. You meet new people. Apparently, the way that they designed it, that you were gonna meet new people. It wasn't just the main character anymore. So
Mhm.
they had this whole new system, new crafting system, stuff like that, new environments. You meet new people, and it's like it was a very bigger project. It was very ambitious, and people were hyped for it because Subnautica was actually a fairly popular game. It was an indie game, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was an indie when they originally launched it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an indie game, but then apparently they got bought out by a publisher. But they were on track to make a sequel. and it was hyped. It was hyped up. There was anticipation. There was people willing to buy this product. Now, the publisher said that if they meet a certain what is it?
So it
Unit.
was this agreement. It was a bonus agreement that if
Mm-hmm.
they hit certain projections, if they made a certain amount of money in a certain year or in a certain time frame, that they would get a large bonus from the company. In this particular case, it's like $250 million. If they made their sales points of raking in, I think it was like somewhere around like between like a half a billion to $1 billion in sheer profit in like a certain time frame.
And it was looking like the devs were actually gonna make that. They're actually gonna make that, margin. They're actually gonna probably even exceed it because, like I said, the popularity for this game was like really
It was really high. Subnautica is one of the most popular games out there right now. And Reaver's microphone has disappeared again.
sorry.
Homestar Runner. I doubt anybody gets that reference, but unless Ash is listening.
I don't understand the reference. Unfortunately, I'm not Captain America. I did not understand the reference.
No, that's like early internet days, like early internet days. Homestar Runner was one of the first like reoccurring comedy series on the internet.
Okay.
I'm dating myself by like I'm dating myself.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, I am closer to Cleopatra than I am to modern day. Yeah,
Yeah,
living.
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, that's it.
So there is so
So in an example case, this would be like, say we have we got Reaver and Sibes burgers. We got a burger place. We're making hamburgers. Everybody loves the hamburgers. They come in daily for the hamburgers. And I tell Reaver, I'm like, hey Reaver, if you sell 50 burgers today, I'm gonna give you a bonus of like $100. And you're like, wow, that's so cool. Awesome. And then there's this big rush that comes in and you're like, wow, we're totally gonna like make this thing. I'm totally gonna get this bonus today. I'm super hyped for it. And then this is what Crafton did. At the last minute, they just they just turn off the till. So you can't sell any more burgers because the till doesn't work. And then they look at you and they go, well, why didn't you make any more sales today? What, are you being lazy? You're being lazy. You could have made all these sales today, and you didn't make these sales today. Why didn't you make these sales today? It's like, well, because you turned off the thing. That's not what they did in actuality, but it's like it's a little bit more of an easier to
didn't they
understand
didn't they
example.
just didn't they just like cancel the game?
So they didn't cancel the game. So basically the devs, again, original devs said, hey, just an update. Subnautica 2 looks like we're going to be ready to go sometime this year. So we're gonna sell it. It's the game is like ready to enter like major early access. It's like really good. So everything's going great. So yeah, we're definitely making that bonus this year. And then Crafton goes, actually, actually,
Now that you mention
as
it.
the now that you mention it, as the head of this company, we have made the unilateral decision that we're not launching this game in 2025. We're going to launch it in 2026. Say, George, when was the cutoff for the bonus? 2026, boss. Like, they have to release it before that. All right, so that'll be next year. You'll have to do this next year. And then the bosses are like, you guys can't do this. Like, this is not in the agreement. Like, you're overstepping your bounds. And they go, oh, we are? Well, guess what? You're fired. Ha 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 ha. Again, like just cartoon level villainy. Like just you can't make this stuff up. This like
So
it's like the did you ever see the South Park episode where they feature Mickey Mouse?
yeah, I mean, which one? I mean, which one?
The one with the Jonas Brothers, where they're like beating them in in the back room after the show is like they're like hey yeah we want to make good content we want to praise the Lord we want to be like good people and Mickey Mouse is like beating them is like you do what I tell you you do what I tell you when I tell you and he's just like full on like psycho like abusive person, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what these guys did is they pulled a psychopathic Mickey Mouse like insanity thing and then they're just sitting there going like why aren't you like like why why are you crying why are you crying is big boy gonna cry like that's the level of stupidity
Bullies,
that these guys are doing.
bullies, abusers.
Yeah, absolute bully behavior, absolute monsters. Again, monsters in the truest
Just
sense of
because,
the word.
just
Just
because.
vile. Mhm.
So okay, they lose the opportunity of a lifetime. You do realize that, okay, they could have easily made well beyond 250 million. You do realize that, right? Uh, let's go back to Baldur's Gate 3. I like bringing up Baldur's Gate 3. That's a good you know, gauge of like where gamer community sentiment lies when it comes to games that people are really excited for. Was it after two? I think either the first year or the second year, Larian Studios celebrated that they released 20 million copies. Now, if you do the math, hold on. I need a calculator. Give me a calculator. Uh, okay, one, do. What is it? 20 million. Wait, how much did Baldur's Gate go for? Sorry guys, sorry for the noise. Hold on, let me look it up. Let me look it up. Hopefully it's not on sale because it's gonna mess things up. Baldur. That is not how you spell Baldur's. Baldur. Okay, it sold at a $60. 60. Bro, they would have easily made back that money and then some. They would have easily made that money back and then some.
Yep.
If it, like,
Easily.
and I'm not talking about them. What is it? Coming back with older features. They're coming back with new features, new characters, and a bigger environment to play with. Like it this. God damn it! This is like really pisses me off.
Join the club.
Sorry, my headset died.
Oh. So yeah, no, this is 100% just like it's like insane amounts of stupidity is the only thing that I can like quantifiably like it's just it's like if people like why are people this stupid?
It's because I don't know. It's just like, well, they're
Good
like,
question.
They're either like they can keep, what is it, write it off as a tax write off, and keep the money for them, keep whatever money that they sank into into the product, or they can essentially lose out on most of the money because of the fucking agreement that they signed.
Yeah. And what it boils down to,
Greed.
I would say, is, well, yeah, it's absolute greed. Like, this is absolute greed, but it's also greed in the sense that these guys are like, they're so set on, again, screwing somebody else over for their own benefit rather than just having a big win for everybody. But they're so angry because they're not going to make all of the money. They're not going to make all of the money. They wanted to make all of the money, and they hate doing it. And this is to be fair and to be very direct. I think this was in there. This was part of the plan from the beginning, like from the get go. When these guys bought out, they knew that they were going to screw them over some way, shape, or form. Like 100%. They had this. This has been part of the plan for a really long time. They have had every intention of doing this, causing this problem, screwing these people over. This was always part of the plan. This was always part of the goal. When I guarantee you, when they bought them out, they were already talking about how, oh yeah, we're gonna screw these guys over in one way or another. We're gonna make the more money because, greed, just the worst kinds of possible greed that you can have. That's probably a little
Why is it
cynical of me, but
that
yeah, I
whenever
think that's the
indie
way it goes.
studios get involved with publishers, the publishers screw them over?
It's not in every single case, but it is in a shockingly large number of cases, to the point where I look at people that have been, that they're an indie company, they've hit it really big with a big product, and they come out and they go, like like I need to sign with a publisher. It's like, no, you do not. You you want to sign with a publisher? This like, all you're doing is you're giving them the ability to steal from you every day for the rest of your life. That's what every publisher does. That's what every music label does. They take what you make and they steal it from you. Self Like publishing houses right now. I should be careful because we do have a book that's published. Um, and there but there are some things that a publisher does for you that allows you to do things that you don't normally do, but that's not the same as like having a contract with one, than being bought out and owned by one. It's like, for the love of God, stop selling your IPs off to somebody else. I will never ever ever. I was talking with a big YouTuber the other day, and he was looking over my project, my new book project coming out, hopefully this year, fingers crossed. And he's like, what's your cost for buyout? What's the magic number that you'll sell this to somebody? And I'm like, no, I don't have one. He's like, no, everybody has one. I'm like, no, I literally don't have one with this. I will never ever 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 sell this off to somebody, like, ever. Like, no, I just, no. Like, I have no intention of ever selling this off to anybody, period. Doesn't matter what they offer me. Now, will I work with somebody? Like, if, Disney comes to me and they're like, hey, sell us your book idea. Um, it's like, no, I'm never selling you the book idea. Can we sit down and come to an agreement for a show that you produce? It's gonna be hard. Like 100%. Like, I do not trust you guys at all. I think you're mostly garbage. I think everything you've made in the last, like, decade is absolutely like just a steaming pile of garbage. So I'll have like clauses up the yazoo about like what you can or cannot do. You certainly can't, you on certain things. I'm going to have my own team that I hand pick. I'm going to have veto rights for basically everything. It's like if you want to work out with me under that deal, which is not advantageous to you at all, we can discuss that. But no, I'm never handing the keys of the kingdom over. No, screw that. I and it's shocking. He was kind of shocked. He was like, no, no, no. Everybody has a dollar amount. I'm like, no, no, I do not have a dollar amount. I am not. I'm not the average Joe. I'm not the average person when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's like, no, it's no.
Because
So yeah,
you can make just as much money doing it by yourself than whatever payout a corporate company is willing to pay you, and then them ruining whatever creative medium you just made. They'll end up ruining it because they always do. They make
right,
take your stuff and make it into theirs, and they ruin it.
right, and that's like, and again, it's like that is a huge thing. It's a huge deal. It's been going on for ages in Hollywood, ages and ages and ages, and yeah, just like why, like, no, don't fall for this, don't fall for the stupidity.
Speaking
You,
of
you
an Speaking of an indie studio getting bought out by uh corporate companies, Silksong. What's going on with Silksong? Do you remember Silksong?
yes, a little bit.
So, back in the heyday of the gaming sphere, I think in 2016, I think 2016, a game called Hollow Knight, which redefined
Yeah,
platforming.
yeah, Hollow Knight. Yeah.
Like the what is it? The reactive gameplay, the dynamics, like when you hit hard, and it's just like almost equal to the popularity to Castlevania. Like this platformer was like really big for its time when it released, and everyone praised it. The what is it, the cute art style, but also with the backdrop of like a dreary uh atmosphere, which also like you was it meet characters along the way, and they add story and depth to the world that you're delving into, and people just loved it, and it was a very popular indie game. Well, uh and it also got backed on Kickstarter. So people have a certain say, or at least want certain updates when it comes to the game. And they back these oh god, what are they called? Cherry, I forgot the dev team. It's it's like Cherry something. But like they were backed by a Kickstarter to make the game, and not only to make the game, but to also make DLCs to flesh
Hmm.
out the characters and stuff. And they were going to make a DLC featuring a side character called Hornet, who was a fan favorite in the community because, she looks really cool and graceful, and she has like these cool abilities, and people are like, "Ooh, where's she from?" And I think they hinted that she comes from a different I wouldn't say world. She comes from a different environment than the MC of Hollow Knight
Yeah.
is from. Like, she's from somewhere else. And people were curious about her background and stuff like that. So they planned to make a DLC called Silksong featuring Hornet, but then they realized, we're gonna make this into a full-blown game. Everyone freaked out. They're like, no freaking way. And apparently the development cycle for Hollow Knight was like a year and a couple months. Like, it was actually a pretty short development cycle. But people were estimating that Silksong would have the same type of what is it? Same type of development cycle. It'd just be a year and some months, maybe, you know? And people were like really excited, and the devs did a good job with keeping people updated, especially with the Kickstarter. The problem happens when the community stopped receiving updates on Silksong. And people were wondering, where did they go? Like, don't get me wrong, at this point they had garnered a lot of uh community trust with these developers. Because Hollow Knight became so great, people were giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're like, oh, they're probably, trying to keep it secret on the down low. They'll probably surprise us. Because, well, it took many years, but a lot of people were like, maybe it's going to be a shadow drop because, what is it? They shadow dropped Oblivion remaster. So people are like, oh, maybe we're going to get a Silksong shadow drop or something. Goodness gracious. There's a lot that went on with this whole debacle. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Oop. I got my wires crossed. Okay, so I'm just like shortening it, but a lot of things happened. But basically the developers went ultra silent. There was like no updates. Or I wouldn't say there's no updates. They were talking to their community, just not a lot. The problem arose when they kind of just okay, so I know I have my own theory about what happened. I have my own theory about what happens. But 6 years. 6 years of silence. People were wondering what the hell is going on with Silksong. And I think I know what happened. And I'm so sorry if you guys are hearing a lot of like technical noises in the background. My bad. It's all on me.
I don't hear you talking anymore.
Oh no, because I muted myself. Sorry. Because I was like messing the wire around.
Trying to fix the thing.
Yeah. But anyways,
yeah, I'm looking at Silksong on Steam, and it's definitely like
the problem arose when they made a deal in the background. They made deals in the background. And because they made these deals, I think what happened was that they were under NDAs not to say or release any type of material or anything that, shows how the project's faring and stuff like that, because they made an NDA deal. Because lo and behold, this year, during a gaming event, they released 5-second footage of Silksong. And guess what? Silksong is being featured on the Nintendo Switch 2. Yay! And which really explains why they had such a long development cycle. It explains why they were so silent. It's because, oh god, I can see what happened in the back of my mind. So what I think happened in the background was that Nintendo specifically went looking for the dev team to get Silksong as a game for them to feature, because they knew that Silksong was so hyped up and people are willing to buy Silksong. Nintendo was like, we need Silksong in order to sell our Switch 2s. And because they want exclusivity of Silksong, they made the developers sign NDAs, and they made them sign like I don't know if they would sign the rights over or of the IP, but I know they definitely signed NDAs not to talk about it. Because it just explains so much, because people are like, okay, it only takes a year or two, maybe at most, I guess, if you to make a platformer of this size. So it's like, why is it taking 6 years for this game to come out? Well, it's because they made an exclusivity deal with Nintendo and they're under NDA and they can't say anything about it. And not only that, but oh god, it just leads into the whole Nintendo thing that we need to get into. I don't want to get into it right now, but this is part of it. Nintendo is delaying Switch 2 releases. Now, what I mean by this is that Nintendo has come up with a plan in order to sell Switch 2s, that every time they have like an anticipated release for a video game, they're going to do like a massive launch release of Switch 2s in order to like get people to buy the console. The thing is that no one's really buying Switch 2s. They keep lying. They keep lying. The reality is no one's buying Switch 2s. No one is buying it.
Correction, I was at Costco yesterday and I saw a mom with a 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5-year-old, and she was like, let's check out what kind of games are out for the new Switch 2, honey. And I'm like, are you somebody here doing product placement?
I'm saying that no one is. Oh my.
I
Where
would say-
are
I
the
would say
cameras?
Not real gamers
Oh,
are buying
okay.
Switch 2s. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
my point. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, technically you're not wrong. People are buying the console. It's just that Nintendo wanted to reach a certain profit margin that they didn't reach. They didn't reach the profit margin. They sold, okay, I don't know if this is true. This is like a guesstimation. They said that they were going to sell 5 million copies on day one. It took 4 days for them to sell out. On day one. Do you know how crazy that is on a Nintendo console release? They did not sell out on day one. It took 4 days for them to sell out. 4 days. That is abysmal. Abysmal. Now, they estimated that they were going to, this is conjecture. We don't really have the numbers because they're kind of silent about the numbers, because usually when things go badly, they don't want to say how much is actually sold. They like to hide things. But they wanted to reach 5 million 5 million units, sorry, not copies, 5 million units sold day one. They only sold 3 million copies. Now, people are like, okay, 3 million is actually pretty good. You don't know how these big corporations work. When they don't reach the project margins that they have set in stone, that is bad. That is not a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. That's basically like, what's the best reference? That is akin to you setting a part of your company on fire, not like figuratively, like literally, and then filming yourself doing it. That is akin to that. Most people don't survive. Most boards don't survive intact 1 year after like missing their goals by a significant amount. Now, Nintendo's a little bit different because they are, after all, secret ninjas, and they've been a secret ninja clan for a couple hundred years. So it's a little bit different, but yeah.
Oh yeah, like I recently watched a video explaining like what ninjutsu actually was, and it's actually kind of funny. The way that ninjas actually, did ninjutsu was just, it's not as cool as we thought it was. It's just literally just hiding and diversion tactics, and that's pretty much it. You know,
Doing like really brutal assassinations and stuff.
yeah.
But
I mean,
like,
they did
I'm
assassinations,
joking there.
but they did some assassinations here and there, but it's literally just them staking out places for really long periods of time, and it's very boring. It's very boring.
Right.
Anyways, sorry, getting off track. But yeah, like So basically, not only did they make did Silksong make a deal with Nintendo, but they also kind of shot themselves in the foot because Nintendo is, as I said, stuttering the launches uh of the Nintendo 2. So basically, when Silksong releases, there's just going to be a massive wave of like new units available for Silksong. But yeah, uh, honestly, just blame Nintendo. Honestly, it would have been available on Steam a lot earlier. It's just Nintendo got their greedy hands also on Silksong. So just blame Nintendo. It's always Nintendo's fault. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why they've done it the way that they've done it. I Nintendo makes a lot of weird decisions. Like they pay their people a lot less than like their board, their C level employees, like the CEOs and that kind of stuff. It's like they pay them below industry standard. Not that that means anything because it is very tiny, very much a tiny industry. Like there's only like a handful of like big megacorp companies in it, but and they will take pay cuts when times are tough to like get them through that. But then they won't do things like sell us the stuff that we're begging them for them to sell us, and then they'll then but then they'll also sit around and just kind of like be kind of shitty about it. It's like why? Like why? This is crazy. Excuse me. I don't get it. I don't get it. They're so weird sometimes. Um, they make some games that people want. They don't make other games that people don't want. If somebody came up to them and said, "Hey, like one of the big companies, one of the big companies that makes like Elden Ring or something like that," and they're like, "Hey, Nintendo, we want to honor the spirit of Zelda. Let us make an adult version, Dark Souls, Elden Ring type, um, grown up version of Zelda, like Link and Zelda, and we're like it'll have the same kind of like format, but it'll be for the adults who's played through it, and it'll be really difficult, and it'll kind of be in the flavor of that." And I know they've had suggestions like this, and they go, absolutely not. Like, no way. It's like, even if it makes you $1 billion and you don't do a thing about it, nope, they do not care. They have no conception and no willingness to do something that's outside of their purview of what they want to do, but then what they want to do doesn't actually translate into anything in the specifics. So it's so weird. It's so bizarre. And it's like Nintendo, you realize, I mean that's just their popular franchises. There's a whole bunch of IPs that they're sitting on that they haven't touched since original Nintendo. Why?
that's
Like
crazy.
why? Like what? Why are you sitting on this? Like there's stuff here that you could be doing, and because they don't do it so much to the point where those IPs become permanently lost, well, now you've just lost an entire IP. Like what did the game creators do? Did they like pee in your breakfast cereal? Like what? Like why are you so against some games getting attention? Some IPs getting attention. Why are you so against like Paper Mario, RPG Mario? Like why haven't we seen more of these? The audience is begging you every day. Oh no, we don't want to do it. Why? Because that's not it. It's not what we're doing currently right now. It's like, but what you're doing currently right now isn't working.
I know. It's
Like
like
it's stuff like that. It drives me mental.
it's also like
I've raged about this for so long though.
it's also the same issue with Disney. Like they have like IPs that can actually be good contenders for live action adaptations, but they just choose to redo popular franchises and then they just do it in like the worst way possible. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a nightmare.
All right, so moving on because I realized like we actually do kind of have other stories. Let's see. Try to quickly go through these. So apparently they reached the goal for uh the Stop Killing Games movement is still ongoing. They finally actually overexceeded their goals for the petition in, was this like, oh, in the UK? In the UK, they had this, was it the government? Because like okay, so there's a separation between America, Europe itself, and the UK, for the government systems. The European one is the main one, which we have exceeded the goal for the main one. We got over 1 million signatures. The UK petition got over 100,000 signatures. The last time I checked, it was 189,000 signatures in the UK. I don't know how. I think it was 100,000 for the American one too, but the I don't know. Is the UK pretty strong with the like I wouldn't say, was it complaint uh the initiative, is it like just like a, what is it, oh God, what do you call it, when you make a petition, yeah, is it like a petition where it's like not much gets done, it's more of a symbolic thing? Because I know the initiative.
It depends on what type of petition it is, how it's done, and who's organizing it, and what help they bring in to improve it. It really just boils down to that.
Oh, King Corgi, first time chatter. I will not be getting a Switch 2 because people are being banned for using used games. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's also a thing that Nintendo is being a jackass over. Thanks, Nintendo. This is why no one's buying your console. Anyways, like, we've talked to death about how much we don't like Nintendo being greedy with not just overpricing the console, but also like nickel and diming every little accessory that is attached to the Nintendo. And not only that, but they're also overpricing the games. Like, if you want like resolution, high definition gaming experience, you have to pay like 20 $20. I don't think that you have to pay $80 of the game you already played, right? Do you know, Saib?
I don't know. It's been so long since I haven't liked the way that Nintendo's been going forever with, yes, even with their hardware. Like ever since the Wii, like I thought the Wii was great, and then I thought we might get a Wii 2, but we did definitely not get a Wii 2.
Yeah, it's just,
So yeah, that,
yeah. Nintendo, and don't get me started, like, they freaking delayed game launches because they wanted games on their fucking console, their shitty console that no one even's freaking buying. And don't believe the lies. Yes, they sold millions of copies, but it's not as high as people are making it out to be. We have they're saying that they sold out, but it is so easy to find a Switch 2. Do you know how easy it is to go out to a store right now to find a Switch 2? I can literally go to Walmart and there's a Switch 2 over there. Like right now. That shows how there is no demand for a Switch 2. What is it? A guy actually made a good example. He said that when the Wii first came out, a year after the Wii came out, his got stolen, so he went back to the store to get a new one. It had been a year after the first release of the Wii. He still couldn't buy a new Wii because there was a high demand for the product. And now look where we're at. No one even wants to buy a shitty, Switch 2.
yeah, it's been bad. It's been really bad. It's been absolutely miserable to many degrees.
Same here now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And they only have themselves to blame. Uh Oh yeah, I added a link for a video about piracy, but it was basically about piracy of streaming has actually risen, and I think it's talking about piracy of streaming services as in like TV stuff. But I think it also lumps in with streaming services of video games, because technically games are technically streaming services at this point, because you don't really own anything, you don't own games at this point. So it's like, I think you can lump games into this, but basically it is popular to pirate games right now, or pirate games and pirate, other media, and it has risen. You don't like it has risen around 2024, but it skyrocketed after 2020, like the start of 2025. It skyrocketed. So piracy is on the escalation, and publishers are producers, publishers, they're like, why is this happening? And it's like, well, maybe when you start taking people's rights away when it comes to owning things, people tend to, find some alternative way at a cheaper cost to get those things. Humans are nothing but ingenuitive, But yeah, it's just a little interesting something that happened. I'm not condoning piracy legally. I'm supposed to say I do not condone piracy, but the statistics don't lie. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, fucking God. Okay, so someone actually did a video explaining video game prices from the inception of gaming to current day. And honestly, listening to the video made me so freaking mad about the high prices of video games, because oh my god, it's actually so cheap to make physical copies and make physical discs for video games. It's only a couple of cents, or at least back in the day it was only a couple of cents, but inflation, so it's probably like $1 now. It's probably like $1 now. It's probably like maybe $2. It's probably like $2 to make a disc now. Ooh, $2 for these multi-billion-dollar companies. So fucking high. Won't be long before we see a Switch 2 emulator. Maybe. But basically, games have always...
At this point, like, I don't know if it would be worth it. In all honesty,
what wouldn't be?
I don't think it would be worth it.
What wouldn't?
Just like,
oh, the emulator.
I don't see any of the games that are. Yeah, I don't actually see any games that are actually fun. Like, I might be crazy here, and I might be wrong, but I don't think there's any actually fun games to play.
I know, they're making it seem like. It seems like they're making it seem like, what is it, the new Mario Kart game and the new Donkey Kong game, and we're like heavy hitters. And I was like, who? Okay, I know Nintendo's a really big name, and I know that Donkey Kong and Mario are a big thing, but I'm like, who's gonna pay for this? This isn't the same company from 10 years ago, okay? These are totally different. They got different people, all right? It's who's going to buy this stuff? It's not even worth it anymore. You can only play these games. You can only play these new games on the new console. You can't even play it on the older console, because there's no such thing as fucking, what is it? What do you call it? Compatibility. What is it? Something compatibility. Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, backwards compatibility. Yep.
There's no backwards compatibility, because for some reason that's such a hard thing to do. And, well, to be perfectly honest, they're literally forcing Switch 1 players onto the Switch 2. They're forcing people away from the Switch 1, which is ironic because the Switch 2 is doing so poorly in sales that Switch 1 has actually skyrocketed in sales. Can you believe that? Literally, their previous gen console is doing more in sales and has risen in sales instead of the Switch 2. Jesus Christ. Wait, I don't even know. What was I saying? Oh yeah, emulator. It's not even, I don't even know if it's even worth it. Who's buying this stuff? Only Oh yeah, don't even get me started. That also reminds me that there's like all these YouTubers who said they weren't gonna buy the Switch 2, and then they ended up buying the Switch 2 on was it day one? It's like wow,
Yeah, I see that. That's always really funny when that happens.
yeah, they're all
It's
talk.
like, yeah,
Uh, won't be. Was it? Oh, I already said that. I will stick to PC. This is the reason I sold all my consoles. Game preservation is not something they really care about. Yeah, that's why I can't. Well, I have an Xbox. I like my Xbox. And I like getting what's it, free access to play games on Game Pass. Granted, Game Pass is getting kind of annoying because when I try to not pay Game Pass anymore, like I try to like get off the monthly subscription. When I try to get off the monthly subscription, it won't listen to me and it keeps charging me, and I don't like that.
yeah. You have to like hard shut them out. Sucks,
Yeah.
and then they cause problems. Part of the whole problem with the system that we are currently in, and I wish that we could make it better, but
Yeah.
I don't see how we can make it better as long as people keep supporting this kind of stuff. It's really frustrating.
I mean,
I wish I had a better answer for it.
I think there's I think they're actually starting to lose support, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still going to be people willing to buy this stuff, but I think the majority of people have come together and realized, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore. This is like kind of toxic culture. We don't want to like do this anymore. Dude, do you know how many times I've been saying that gaming companies have been deploying abuser tactics to manipulate the masses? Like, if
About as,
if you
about
it,
about as long as we have, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you guys need to understand. I grew up on the streets. Okay, I wouldn't say on the streets, but I grew up in an environment. All right, and I know abuser tactics and manipulations. So when I see that gaming companies are deploying gaslighting and abusers tactics and stuff, and you're like, Reaver, why are you using such harsh language? It's because they're really doing this. They're so toxic. You don't understand. Like, it is really that bad. And yeah, like they're getting rid of game preservation, which is honestly very disappointing. But it's not because game preservation is definitely not something that they want, because it just leads to them losing power. They lose the power that they have over their IP, and they don't want to do that. They want to gain more power. They want to gain more money, more access. And so what do? They slowly start they slowly start taking away your access, because that's how it goes. They like, technically this is also how like drug dealers do their stuff too. They slowly start taking away your access to the things that you were I was going to say exposed to. They slowly take away the access to the things that you like, which is technically also an abuser tactic. They shower you with the things that you like. They shower you with it, and then once you're hooked on it, they start taking it away. They start taking it away, and you're like, but I want my thingy. And they're like, well, if you want your thingy, you got to shell out money for it. Is this Nintendo? Jamuse, welcome in. They're like, if you want access to the things that make you happy, you gotta pay for it. And then that's what it starts, this whole line of abuse of them having power over you, because they take away your access to it, and they start drip feeding you what they want to give you, which is less than what you originally started. I mean,
Or a certain or a certain CIA project that was done in the past, and yeah,
yeah.
never mind, never mind. I didn't mention that. I didn't mention that.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He just said random words. But if you want
Random
to,
words, just
oh,
being crazy.
Say something, Side.
Oh no. So
Oh.
yeah, basically like it's just poorly done. It's just poorly done, and I wish
Hey.
we could stop reporting on these because people would get smart. But I think this is literally probably um, part of the human condition at this point, and I don't know where else we go with it. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah. Mm.
All right, say something, Side.
Say something more. So,
Okay.
I mean, man, we still have so many topics to
Yeah,
cover. Oh my
I was trying
goodness.
to like be quick with this, but I ended up talking a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. What is it? Oh yeah. Capcom did what EA couldn't, rejected making Resident Evil 9 an online game. Uh, because, that's not what gamers want. They wanted to make it a single
Yeah,
player game, which is like,
yeah,
oh, such a weird concept that not everything has to be online like all the time, every time. Especially when it comes to franchises where that kind of thing doesn't even make sense. Like what? What are you going to do on a multiplayer Resident Evil server? Like what are you going to do? Like I don't understand like what they were I don't know where they were going with that. Uh Did you watch the video that says gaming collapse killed another Expedition 33?
I did not watch that one yet.
I didn't watch it either, but because there has been a lot of what is it? There's been a lot of this fucking thing. I'm having connection issues. Is anyone else hearing drop and reconnect? Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
But basically,
I'm trying to pull this up now.
yeah. Sorry. Go on, Simon, if you were saying.
Stellar Blade thing. Is it before the Stellar Blade thing or the? How am I missing this? It probably doesn't have a picture of it. Oh yeah, no. This one. Yeah, it's from Bellular. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I did watch this. And look, there are certainly some projects that are getting canceled that shouldn't be canceled. And there are other projects that are getting canceled that should 100% be canceled. I think last week when we talked about all the Microsoft cuts, we went through all of the known Microsoft cuts. I know there are more cuts and more games that are not as out there as we have seen in the news that got cut. And some of those might have been really good games, but I think every game that I looked at on the list, except for maybe one that was official on the list that we covered last week, all of these games were just some stupid microtransaction heavy FPS live service single map, basically Fortnite, except without all the cool stuff that you get in Fortnite. And that to me is like, yes, please cancel every single one of those bloody projects, because I didn't care an ounce for any of the projects that were announced that we went over last week that we covered. The whole Perfect Dark. It's like it's clear from the trailers that we saw last year and all the footage and all that kind of stuff that this game was somebody's like slop idea of what if all you played was Call of Duty and damn it, what's the Modern Warfare. If all you ever played was Call of Duty and Modern Warfare, and you heard about things like Overwatch and some other games,
like loose, like big name, but like loosely affiliated, similar like FPS type games, this is the game you would make. It's not a good game. It looked like trash. Everybody, when they saw the trailer, were like massively disappointed about it. And this game apparently was taking like, supposedly was going to be on track for taking a decade to develop and like $1 billion. It's like, no wonder it got canceled. It was absolute garbage. So, yeah, when
I
it comes
mean,
to stuff like that, it's like, shake your head. It's insane.
I'm just glad that they're starting to realize that no one wants this shiza anymore. No one wants to deal with this stuff
Yeah.
anymore. Because everywhere was an
So,
infection.
so with this particular game, and I can't remember exactly what it was called, but small studio working on the game got kind of canceled. But again, it's like you can always up talk, a game that got canceled that never saw the light of day. You can always talk about how, oh, this game was going to be the game. This was going to be the thing to change gaming forever. You could say that, but in all honesty, you'd be kind of an idiot to believe it. Because in a lot of these cases, a lot of the games that got canceled, a couple of the games that get canceled, yes, they did have some like good like preliminary stuff, but again, they were built on the foundation of what people had learned with the live service stuff. Do you want a game that learned everything about gameplay from all of the top money making live service games out there? The answer to that should be an emphatic absolutely effing not. Because you're not going to get good gameplay. I don't there's no, there are a handful of live service games that do have like some good gameplay, like Mecha Break right now. Mecha Break has really good gameplay. I haven't had a chance to play it at all in the last like 7 days. It's kind of sad. But it's got good gameplay. The microtransaction system, absolute trash. UI, absolute trash. And it's sort of hanging in there because of the good gameplay. But the minute that they add in, and I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop on this one. The minute
So-
that they add in a new mech, and the new mech does like everything that all the old mechs could do, but better, but you have to unlock it with an $80 purchase, or maybe like an $80, or maybe you can only unlock it via loot crate, and you have to buy like 1,000 of them, and they cost $80 for 100 to guarantee that you get it. It's like, yeah, that's probably terrible.
So people are mentioning Fortnite. Okay, so the problem with guys, you gotta understand the problem with this whole live service multiplayer BSery is because that gaming companies realize the success of Call of Duty and Fortnite. They realize this. The problem is that they don't understand the creativity behind the games. You can complain about Fortnite all you want, but you can't deny that they have reached a big audience and garner millions of dollars every month because of the game, because they know how to market themselves. They're like, we're gonna constantly start making what is it, collabs. We're gonna start making collabs with different brands, different media, and the more brands and media that they make collabs with, the more eyes and popularity they gain from these different mediums. They know how to market themselves. They know how to sell themselves. People want skins. People want to look good, like in the game. They want to have like good like weapons and stuff like that. And people forget that Fortnite is not just a shooter game. It is not just a shooter game. You can build and create structures as an advantage.
And
People
you
forget
can
that.
drive, and you can fly and do all this kind of cool stuff, wacky mechanics, stuff like that.
It's just, I'm just like, and yeah, the Chun-Li from Fortnite is what is looked up a lot. Oh yeah, like there's a reason why they were popular There's a reason. There's a reason. And then Call of Duty, the
I
reason.
heard I heard some kids. I heard some kids walking around. They saw there was a picture of Chun Li on a public screen somewhere, and this kid goes up to it and is like, "Hey, look, it's that girl from Fortnite." It's
Oh
like, and I'm
God.
like, "No, it's not a girl from Fortnite." Like, yes, she's from Fortnite, but there's like 40 years of lore behind this character. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
why?
yeah.
Oh,
People,
so
yeah.
funny.
But you, like I said, you can't deny that they know how to market themselves to get millions of dollars every week or every
Oh yeah,
month, whichever.
they're doing Fortnite's doing pretty good with that. They again, they could be worse. Again, you look at like Rivals, right? You look at Rivals and you
Oh,
like
Rivals.
I saw the newest skin. I saw the newest skin. It was like some summer skin and I'm like,
See,
yeah,
this,
they know what they're doing. They still know what they're doing with that. Yep.
yeah, they know,
Congrats.
they know their
You guys are
audience.
hilarious.
They sell those Gooner skins, if I do say so myself. Like
Mhm.
there's a reason why some of these, only a handful of these multiplayer games are making such a killing, while most are actually falling flat on their face. There's a reason. It's because there's passion and creativity behind the projects. That's why Call of Duty was such a big staple for the longest time, was because there was passion and creativity in the games, and they actually cared about the multiplayer a good chunk of years ago. Let's be honest here. Now they're just focusing on monetization. It's not as good as it used to be. But I'm just saying, there's a reason why they were kingpins at the top of the live service multiplayer, genre. We can't forget we can't forget the reasons why. Everyone keeps memeing on Fortnite, but it's there for a reason, because it does have passion and creativity behind it. And that's why it has so much, and because, like I said, marketing helps. They know how to make money. The problem is that you have people coming out making games like Marathon, and making games like Concord. There's no passion. There's no creativity. Like, they only care about profit, and you can tell in the way that the game is designed. The Marathon has such a bland and uninspired environment, and they're like, oh, it being the environments being digitalized is like, its style. That's its style. The problem is that it's so bland. It is so bland, and it doesn't work with like these hyper realistic robots that you're playing, and then you're playing in this weird, almost like Minecraft looking environment with everything all pixelated and shit. Like, it's just like a dissonance in the style that it is jarring, and it makes no sense. And then you have Concord, where it is the same thing. I'm not saying that it's pixelated, but the environments were so uninspired. You're supposed to be fighting on planets, different planet environments. The environments were mostly just brown, orange, dusty areas that were very uninspired. Ugh, God. And then for some reason they want to use neon lighting. I'm so sick and tired of seeing neon lighting everywhere, especially in newer games. Like, it's just everywhere. And then the freaking character designs were so goddamn awful. Like, they were so bad. I'm like, who greenlit the character designs? The outfits were bad. The characters' designs were bad. How can you mess up furries? How can you mess up furries? That makes no sense. Like it is so bad. You can tell those with passion. You can tell games that were made with passion and games that were made for a profit margin, and it shows. There's a reason.
Yeah.
All right. That's I'm just trying to hammer home. There are good multiplayer games out there. Marvel Rivals is dominating. Well, it was dominating. It's like fluctuating at this point. But we can't forget Overwatch. Overwatch was popular too. There's a reason why they were such a staple for their time, or they were a staple for the longest time, because there was passion and creativity. Some, not nowadays. Nowadays, some are just like, but at the time, you know what? I'm rambling, but you know what I mean. Like, some were like
Yeah.
old guard for a time, for a reason. there's always a place for what is it? There's always a place for uh multiplayer games. There's always a place for that. But the fact that gaming companies made that the staple for every single game, every single genre had to be a live service game. That was what became an issue. They wanted to get rid of single player games. You guys, some people may not remember this, but a couple years ago they were trying to get rid of first person, like they were trying to get rid of, like, not first person, single player games. They wanted everything to be connected online, multiplayer every time.
Big push on that to like to completely gut single player games, especially RPGs, like story driven RPGs.
Yeah.
For some reason, a lot of the big companies were like, yeah, this has got to go. Like, this doesn't bring in the money anymore. And again, I don't know. No, I do know where it came from, and I know the kinds of people that were pushing that concept, and it was all like these crazy level stupidity people from analysts and everything like that going, well, I've looked at market trends and I don't know what anything means, so I just made a whole bunch of shit up. It's like, yeah, that kind of stuff is just, wow, really gets to me.
Yeah, it's just
genuinely gets to me.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. All I'm saying is that some last as long as they did is because there's more to it than just herp derp online shooter. Like, there's more to it than just that. There's passion behind it, and they actually utilize different types of gaming mechanics that are fun for people to play. Like people in Fortnite have the choice between either straight up doing like gun control, like straight up just shooting all over the place if they wanted to, or they have the option to like focus on building structures that confuse their enemies and to use it as a way to trap people. Like, there's different types of ways you can play in Fortnite that actually makes it more than just online shooter. Like, there's more to it than that. I feel like it's so easy to rag on Fortnite, but I feel like we need to like take a moment to actually appreciate that it does have some merit to it. Does that? Oh, yeah, God, what did you clip?
They do a good job with what they. I haven't played it for ages. I think it's more. I think it really has become the young adult game. So like between the ages of like 10 and 18, it's like that tends to be their biggest market. And I am no longer in that field, and I don't really enjoy my time around gaming around those kinds of people for the most part. So yeah, I'm fine. I don't need that.
Yeah, Overwatch 2 is finally getting its head back in the game. Yeah, like Overwatch for a while there started to lag, but then when it comes to like supporting the community and being creative, but since Marvel Rivals came out, it got them a good kick in the pants. Gave them a good kick in the pants, and now they're starting to come out with more creative stuff that people have been asking for.
And but they're still so underfunded. They're criminally underfunded for like making the content, and and again, their leadership is a pack of retarded monkeys. I mean that in all honesty. And I know, and I've met and I know some of them. The fact that they were like, we can't do PvE content because we can't do a talent build for every hero. It's like, you don't do a talent build for every hero, you absolute ignorant effing POS. You don't make that. Yes, that's crazy. The fact that you guys promised that is mind-blowingly stupid. You make it for the weapon types, and then you create a hero that is a custom hero. Give it a couple different body shape, body morph types, whatever you want to call it. I prefer if you call it male, female. It's just me though. And then sure, add a robot, add an alien, add something that's a little bit more androgynous if you want. It's like, just give us options. Just give the players the options to pick whatever body type that they want.
Yeah, that's
why games
just
let people customize it And then when they pick a weapon type, with Reaper's double cannons, it's like then you don't give them the full kit that he has. You give them the ability to flavor it, and that's where the talent tree comes in. It's so simple, and yet somehow they're like, we don't know how to make PvE content in this game. It's impossible, guys. Nobody is capable of doing this. It's like you 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 guys are just you guys are idiots. Like, I'm sorry, but you're absolute idiots. What in the world were you thinking?
Now,
Oh,
Doc, I'm trying to understand what you're saying about Fortnite. What's this about TD? What does TD mean?
is that a mode in it?
I maybe. I mean, because I know that Fortnite's like battle royale. Tower defense, is that a mode?
Is there an actual? There's no way there's a tower defense mode in Fortnite. I would actually be interested in playing that if there was a tower defense mode. Are you saying that there should be? Because I agree with you 100%. 100% I agree with you there should be a tower defense mode in Fortnite with like PvE mod. Oh, do you mean the tower defense mode from the original game? I thought they removed that. Is that still in the game? I thought they
Uh
removed that mode from Fortnite completely,
oh,
which is again
okay.
horrifically sad that they removed that.
Okay. I think I
That's
know
the
what he's saying.
original reason why I got into the game.
Okay, he said tower defense. It was a thing where you would go out, get resources, and then defend against zombies. That's what
Yes,
it
yes, that was
was,
the original. Yes, that's the original mode of Fortnite. Yes,
but it
100%.
flopped.
And that's the mode. Well, it didn't flop. They didn't advertise it at all. Like they did not advertise it at all. And then when the Fortnite um, open world survival thing came out, they didn't guide people back to the other side of the game. They didn't add anything to that side of the game. They didn't create anything new with that. They had ideas, they had concepts. There were a bunch of cool ideas. Um, Again, like a survival mode where you're surviving as a team of like 100 people. There's no PvE like content, right? It's entirely PvE, and everybody's trying to survive to the last. I think that mode, if they had done it right and they had offered the right surprises and cool items and toys and all that kind of stuff, if they had done that, I think the game would have been like super, super, super like well received.
Uh,
But
what
I
does
don't know if they can I don't know, I don't even know if you can get into that mode, because like I had like everything unlocked, and that's the sad thing is like I went into that game so hard. I loved it so much. I loved playing with other people and
Oh, thank
building
you, Jimmy's.
defenses and all that kind of stuff. But then yeah, it
Uh,
it definitely went away.
yeah, Ocal said, what is it? The zombie mode or the tower defense mode flopped, but then they added the battle royale. That's why mutants from the battle royale were still the zombie models. So they just repurposed it. Okay, they totally get it. Okay, that makes sense.
Excuse me.
I mean, I can't fault them for that. Like if it wasn't working out as they intended and they wanted to do something else, like I don't know. It just seems like it makes sense on a business standpoint that they would try to repurpose it for something else that would get eyes on it. Because at the end of the day, games are technically a product that people are trying to sell. They're trying to sell it to you. They're trying to make money. But now, like, yeah, but now it's one of the most spearheaded games that people play nowadays. Like, yeah, they have a majority of a younger audience, but I've seen like adults play it still too. Though I don't know, like there's a good amount of people who still play it, obviously, and they make a lot of money. So, and they're doing a lot of collabs with the different skins and stuff like that. So, and they're making money off of doing that too. Like, what is it? I'm sure they cut deals. They get like paid to do that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how the deals work, but they definitely make money with the deals plus selling the skins. And what is it? The IPs, the people who own the IPs get a cut of it and stuff like that. Because PUBG. Oh yeah, PUBG. Yeah, it was supposed to be like a rival to PUBG. PUBG for a while was also popular. Uh, I'm sensing a pattern. Oh no. Yeah, it's kind of an irony. Riot pushed to try to get a publisher. All it did it themselves. Then it gets popular, and now the publishers want to copy it. Yeah. A friend of mine years ago told a story that her little 6-year-old brother told her he won his first game in Fortnite. So yeah, I only see it as a kids game. You know what? Fair enough. A lot of kids play that game. Don't even get me started about the toxic culture of Fortnite when it comes to games. Uh, Most live service games are made with monetization in mind first rather than gameplay. This leads to damage to the game themselves rather than the form. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at too, was that like some games were created with at least some creativity in mind when they made it, and then others were created with money and monetization in mind. And you can tell, you can see in the way that it is designed, in the way that it looks, where creativity is lacking and where monetization is the whole structure, you know? Okay, moving on, because we literally will stay on this topic for hours. But yeah.
Not my fault.
It's just a big topic of discussion, like, because a lot of games fall under this. It's not just a live service, it's just a lot of games. Oh, sorry, it's not just multiplayer games, it's others. Like, technically, single player games are live service, but yeah. Mass layoffs at Virtuos, the studio behind Oblivion Remastered and the upcoming Metal Gear Solid Triangle Shape. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the English language is for that. Triangle? I don't know. Illuminati? I don't know what that mean. 300.
Probably Illuminati. I'm imagining.
Yeah, this is Metal Gear Solid we're talking about. 300 positions. 7% of the workforce. Outsourcing specialists located in Asia, the USA, and Europe, including 3 branches in France. So, mass layoffs at the people who made the Oblivion Remastered. Any thoughts on that? I'm not really an Oblivion fan, but you have any thoughts? Side?
So this is the guys. So yes, there's a bunch of. Didn't we cover this topic last week?
That there was mass layoffs at the studio.
So not mass layoffs. Mass layoffs is like greater than 10%. This was below 7%.
Oh, okay.
Still a lot of people. I think we did, but at any rate, I'll reiterate it here again. So they.
Oh yeah, damn it! I'm so
sounds
sorry.
bad on paper. It sounds still. I'll cover it again because it's super relevant.
Yeah.
So it is a lot worse than people. When you hear it, it's a lot worse than it actually is. It was only 7%, and most of those people were duplicate positions doing the same thing in cities and locations that they didn't need them doing it in. And only I think that the word was less than 10 people from the team. And again, as far as I understand it was leaning more towards translators. So again, not like core people on the team. God bless translators. But in this case, as far as I understood it, this had the team that made Oblivion the remake. Less than 10 people lost their jobs there, and again, it was because they had overhired for certain duplicate positions that they didn't really need to do. There were other teams that were hit a little bit harder, but they were teams that were not doing as good of a job, that were located in other cities, that were doing things for other people that weren't panning out the way that they were hoping to. They are a very big company, and they do really good jobs on what they work on, but not something that turns out was the driving reason for issues and whatnot. So I don't think it's an issue. I don't think it's something that anybody needs to worry about. I don't think it's something that yeah, I really don't think that's something that anybody has to worry about. I think it's all fine.
Uh,
Not all fine. Obviously, 300 people lost their job, but it's like in the grand scheme of things at this particular company, does it mean the doom of the company? No, I think they were just doing a better job at trying to like clean up and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's what's going on here, and I don't think it's a reason to be panicked about it at all.
yeah. Uh, Dipping back into the whole what is it? The multiplayer talking point. I
Mhm.
actually was gonna make this point, but Okel brought it up. COD is actually starting to implement very cartoony skins, as in you get to play instead of like playing characters that are in the game series of COD. They're starting to get like, oh my god, they're getting the what is it? The Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can have Mutant Ninja Turtle skins. You can play as Seth Rogen in COD.
Yeah,
Like
they're going the
they're
route
of
of Rivals.
oh no, they're going the route of Fortnite. You know,
Yeah, like
they're
Fortnite
make
Rivals. Yeah, yeah, making it
they're
look ridiculous.
yeah, like
Hmm.
it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. They're trying to copy the whole Fortnite formula of like doing collabs and stuff to get eyes on because they've been losing players. They've been losing players for a while now, and they're like really grasping at straws of like trying to get interest back into the multiplayer of COD multiplayer. But people, because they're going into a heavily monetization format, people are starting to lose interest in playing the games because the games aren't fun anymore. Because every UI is covered with ads. The kill cam is covered with ads. Everything has freaking ads in it. You literally cannot play a game without seeing ads for things. Like they want you to buy stuff all the time. It kills the drive and momentum of your game when you're like shoving monetization in gamers' faces every single time they play a game. It's just so dumb. So they've been dropping off in player numbers for a while now, and it's gotten almost a little sad of how far it's fallen, you know, because COD used to be like such a staple in the industry, and now it's just a shadow of what it used to be. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, now they're going out the Fortnite route in order to garner some type of interest, in meme culture at least, because like you know people will be like, hee hee, you got killed by Seth Rogen, ha ha ha, like you know what I mean, like. But yeah, it's just sad, honestly. I really hope they'll stop, you know, trying to kill COD. Can you please stop killing COD? COD was actually fun, you know, at some point. Now they're just killing it. Stupid CEOs not knowing what their audience wants for real, dude. You do realize that Call of Duty was actually a very grounded, gritty, realistic portrayal of modern war. You do realize that, right? Like it was very serious. Yeah, there were some light-hearted moments here and there, but it was very kind of a dark and gritty modern take of like what would World War III look like and the things that led up to it and stuff like that. It was just a very interesting. There was like a lot put into it, and it just seems like it just fell off very hard. Um, Ubisoft new Tencent branch revealed in reorganization announcement. So Ubisoft's new studio, Tencent replaces Garino family boss with Garino family. Oh, are you mean the Gilmonts, the Gilmos?
Yeah, yeah, I probably was typing that on the phone, and I'm pretty sure it auto corrected to something else. The Guillemot brothers, the Guillemot head of Ubisoft, has announced a new leadership for this new company.
Eh.
It's his son.
Oh.
They heard us. They
They heard
heard
our
the
cries.
concerns.
They heard
They
our
heard our cries. They heard the people criticizing them, saying that they were run by a tyrant, and he has announced that he will not be running this new company. The new company shall be run by a completely independent person, disconnected from him entirely, his son.
Hello, Gaster. Welcome in.
So that's just again the insanity and the stupidity
Yeah.
that
So, do you
yeah.
want to go over the history of who the son is?
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay. So,
Like I'm updating the people for the sake of the news, but none of these people are again. This
they're
is
not
just
good people.
it's a total shit show.
They're not good people. They're very arrogant
It's a,
nepo babies. Like they
now,
don't.
I was about to say Nepo babies. You beat me to it.
Like they were born with silver spoons in their mouths, and they, what is it? They have the privilege that they have because their family ran a very successful company, but because they were born into privilege with all the gaming money that their family got, or were they already a rich family and then they got like into the gaming sphere?
Yeah, they got into it. Yeah.
Okay, so they're already an arrogant rich family to start with, and then they got into the gaming sphere, and they're like, we can make more money, and then they just started, fucking around and finding out. And the son, it's all like very nepotism because like it's the high positions of the company is within the family, so and the son, apparently he was in charge of something, and it like completely fell apart and it flopped. Like he was in charge of a project and it completely fell apart, and he was literally ousted out of the company. Like it was so bad. He was literally ousted. And then they're like, "Do you know what's going to save this company? Bringing back the son that almost ruined our company. That's what we're gonna do." And yeah, he learns his lesson, guys. He learns his lesson. Redemption arc. He's coming back to save us. He's coming back to save Ubisoft. Uh, Remember that his son already has issues from the past. If Ubisoft gets bought out by Tencent, that will truly save them. Will it? Will it? Isn't Tencent like buying up a lot of companies? Isn't that a little concerning? Because aren't they just turning into a monopoly?
Yeah, I'd say so.
No,
Like
oh, sorry.
yeah, no, I'd say so. That the whole thing is sort of like that.
Oh, right. They don't buy companies, they invest. They invest. They have stocks in them. Yeah. Okay. Tell me again, what was their stock percentage in Ubisoft? What's their stock? What's the percentage
Of stock in that
in
that
Ubisoft? Isn't it?
Tencent has in Ubisoft,
Yeah, sorry.
it's like 30%. It's like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. They have like, well, I wouldn't say majority shareholder, but they have a lot of say in what's going on in the company. They're like sorry, when the merger happened, it was like kind of funny because like Tencent's like, okay, we're gonna start restructuring like right now. We're getting rid of people. Things are happening. We're like, what, didn't they like seize control of their like um more lucrative IPs? They're like, we want the Assassin's Creed. We want Assassin's Creed. What else does Ubisoft own? Do they own Far? Oh, of course they own Far Cry. Wait, was Far Cry part of the merger? Part of the deal?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's one of the big things that they're trying to focus on was the bringing back the Far Cry universe. I think that was part
Yeah,
of the
yeah, because they
list of like things that they're trying to do.
because they when they did the merger, they separated the IPs from Ubisoft. Like they were like, we're taking the main IPs, and then you keep the rest. And I was like, oh my god. Splinter Cell, Rayman, Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed. Is that all the games that they want? All the IPs that they wanted access to? Because those are the major IPs of Ubisoft. That's not all. Oh, they wanted. Oh, they have. Okay, Tencent wanted okay, because I just find that so fascinating. I was like, can they even do that? Can you take the IPs away from the company and then just make a different umbrella of Ubisoft? I guess you can do that because I don't know. Anyways, they're doing that. It's just fascinating. I'm just a small person. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for answering my question. It's just it's so fascinating. I'm just a little gamer watching all of this, what is it? Inside political government, oh, not government, company politics. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still excited. What is it? Even if Ubisoft is coming out the way that it is, it's trying to change direction and coming out with smaller, more focused games. After the disaster that was Assassin's Creed Shadows, and for some reason Ubisoft likes to pretend that Assassin's Creed Shadows was successful when it wasn't, and people like to pretend that it was. But I still had faith that they could turn things around because they do have good IPs. And I was looking forward to their new project coming out called Assassin's Creed Hexe, which is going to be more of a darker setting during the Salem witch trials. Very excited. Not that I'm a witch or anything, but yeah, I was very interested. And
you got nothing in that you got no horse in that race.
Yeah, no, of course not. I'm just a bystander. But yeah, I was interested in what they would come up with. I still had faith in them, and now that Tencent has majority control over the IP, I feel a little more secure that things are actually gonna be good for the gaming sphere. At least I think the games coming out of Ubisoft are worth keeping an eye on now. But yeah, that's just my take on it. I can put the video in Discord later. Hold off on Ubisoft for now. Yeah, that's why I said to keep an eye on. I'm not saying to go out and pre-order Ubisoft games. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying keep an eye on the games that are going to come out from this point on. Because now that Tencent wait, what? Oh, yeah, Tencent still has to deal with those Guillermos, those French people. They still have to deal with them.
I think they know exactly how to deal with them. I think they throw them some onion soup, some wine, and they dangle some money in front of them, and then they run off and they go back to their cave for a few more days while they
their luxury cave.
Yeah, their luxury cave.
I mean,
I know enough. I'm being an absolute dick to them, and congratulations.
I mean, they're dicks. I mean, they're dicks.
They deserve it. They are scum. They've always been scum, and I see no point in playing nice with them whatsoever.
Yeah, they only care about profit. They only rich people only care about profit. Ooh, such a profound thing, but yeah. They literally don't care about anyone else. They only care about making money, and they were literally burning their company to the ground. They're burning their own company to the ground. So, they kind of deserve it. They kind of deserve the hate. Valve gets pressured by payment processors with a new rule for game devs and various adult games. So, if you guys haven't been paying attention, because this first started out in Japan, I just hope you guys know that this contributes to anime. All right, I was having a feeling that maybe we should start integrating anime news in with the gaming news, because this stuff is actually more closely linked than you would realize. So, in Japan, it started out in Japan. So what happened was that Japan, what is it? Is it credit card? Credit card holders?
Payment
No.
processors.
Payment
Processors.
I was like, what do you call those people? Payment processors wanted more say over what their clients pay for. Let that sink in. Payment processors, the people like Visa and credit card companies, want more say in what people use their cards to buy. And when I first heard that fucking pissed me off. It started when payment processors wanted people to stop purchasing hentai, which is just anime prawn. They wanted people to stop using their company to purchase filth, disgusting. And they're like, this makes our company look bad. So we're no longer doing business with these distributors. And that rightly pissed people off. They're like, what? This is my credit card. This is my money. You're saying I can't use my money to buy anime DVDs and manga, which is basically just Japanese comics for people who don't know what manga is? Like, so you're saying I can't use my own money to purchase books and TV shows that I want to watch because you think it makes your company look bad? Are you insane? Are you crazy? Who the fuck thinks like this? Who does that? Like, are you insane? This is so illegal. This is illegal. They do not have the right to do that. This is crazy illegal. No way. You cannot tell me that this is within the law. That makes no fucking sense. They should not have the power to do that. Now, fast forward.
It will always backfire on them. Like that's one thing for sure.
Yep. Now, fast forward. Now we're in this state. Oh God, what was it called again? Payment processors. Payment processors are now going after Steam and saying that they will refuse people, paying customers, to use their cards to buy prawn games and adult games and stuff like that. So you're telling me that my payment processor will not let me buy prawn games because it makes their reputation bad. Let me tell you.
It's not about their reputation.
Let me tell you something. Do you think you're the only payment processor that people use their cards to buy things? Like, are you insane? Like, you're not the only card provider. Like, are you insane? Who are you to...
Sadly, they are, unfortunately. There's two of them, and they both agree on this point of matter because they're both owned by the same people.
They shouldn't be able to do this. That's insanity. You're telling me that a company's going to tell me what to buy and what I can and cannot buy? Are you insane? Are you stupid? Who thinks that this is going to hold up in a courtroom? Are you retarded? Like, legit. I try so hard to not say that word, but are you legit retarded? That is the most stupid shit I've ever fucking heard. I am so livid. Who are you to tell me how to use my fucking card to buy things? I want to buy things. Who the fuck are you? Like legit. This is my money that I work hard for. And the one thing I want to do is to fucking read stories, watch my freaking TV shows. I want to play my goddamn games after working hard for my goddamn money. and you're fucking stopping me from doing that? Are you insane? That literally, some people actually work for the little things in life. The simple pleasures of video games, TV, and fucking get it fucking it was fucking like freaking anime people, like in like figurines and stuff. Like that's what they work for, and you're telling them they can't buy that? Are you insane? Like, what are they supposed to spend it on? Like, that's... I'm just so baffled. I'm so baffled. This affects the economy, dude. Like, I am so... What? Like, this affects the economy. How is this so... How is this legal? How are they getting away with this? What do you mean that people can't buy, like... They can't buy fucking products? And you're saying that it's not going to affect the economy? Are you insane? Are you fucking, like, seriously? What the fuck is wrong? Are you inbred? For real? Oh my god. Like, how could you fucking come up with this shit? There is no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I'm so mad. When I first heard about this happening in Japan, I was like, there's no way that they would allow this to happen. And now they're doing this shit in America? Are you fucking retarded? Oh my god. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of Jamuse's comments. He's like flooding it. He's like, I got things to say.
It is now, and I hate to burst your bubble, but this is a lot worse than you think it is. So not only were these people, so these people doing this were the people who pressured the payment processors to do this were a group of, I would say, fanatical
socialists,
censorists.
Socialists.
Most of them are socialists too, yeah, and communists. They want to have the ability to control what goes on, what happens, who does what, who gets what, where, like, what gets approved for various activities, that kind of stuff. It's really gross. Like it really is quite gross. And again, they are, I would quantifiably say they're crazy, because they think that this will A, stop it, and B, won't enrage people and like end up setting this stuff into law.
Look,
like the ability to be free. It's like eventually this is gonna come to a head. Now, will it come to a head tomorrow? Probably not, because these companies are, again, the payment processes themselves are mostly run by people who, let's just say, are extremely...
See, if it was just that they're... Okay, so Lazy Clay Gamer said that they're going after stuff that is considered CP. And if you know what CP is, you know what CP is. I don't want to say, but that
they're not going after CP. They're going after what they assume to be CP, what they believe to be CP. It's not CP because Steam doesn't allow that on their servers at all. Like in no way, shape, or form do they allow that. They scan it. There was one case where somebody had something that was, you could arguably like talk about it, but it wasn't in the game. It was in a folder in the files that was not being currently used, and they went after them super hard.
Yeah.
Like really hard. Like they came down on them like a hammer. They were like, absolutely not. No, you cannot do this. Look, this is absolutely unacceptable.
Dude, they even tried to...
Yeah.
Look, okay, there's just so much. They tried to make this a law in Texas where they're trying to get rid of things considered CP. And the problem is that they were very vague in their wording. So they're not saying get rid of things that has child stuff happening, like adult things happening with minors. They didn't say that. They said we want to get rid of things that where it's perceived to be minors. And I'm like, what do you mean perceived? Like, just because, okay, so for those of you who don't know, anime characters, generally, this is the general style. I'm just saying the general style, the basic style of anime characters. They just have giant ass freaking eyes. They just have big old eyes, all right? And then, and because I'm used to the art style of anime, I can usually distinctively tell, okay, they just have large eyes, but this character is an adult and that character is a child. But for some reason, these people who, I say for some reason, these people who don't know anime and don't watch anime and don't read manga or whatever, they see these characters with giant eyes and they just automatically assume that it is a child. And it's like, that's not a child. Like, the characters are drawn with giant eyes, but that doesn't make them a child. Like, that is just the art style, dude. Like, there was actually a theory that anime characters are actually the art style is that they're is based off of the drawing of cats, because cats have large eyes and cats are like very people love cats in Japan. But anyways, there's a theory about that. But there's a distinct style with anime, and now it's gotten to the point where, like, what is it? It's just Twitter cops. Literally Twitter cops. They're like, oh,
blue sky cops.
Blue sky. I mean, there's still some annoying leftovers on Twitter, but yeah, blue sky too. Like, yeah, Frieren in the anime Frieren. She's like a petite elf lady. Frieren, the anime, actually kind of subverts the what is it? The anime design where they actually have tiny eyes. Like, they have like big eyes, but the scale of their eyes are a lot smaller compared to other general anime designs. But because Frieren is a petite woman, a petite lady, because God forbid that petite women exist. For those of you who are shocked to know this, I am 29 years old, but I am 4'8". God forbid tiny women exist. They're like, that's a child. Oh my god. Frieren, who is an adult, is a child. And it's like, no, she's not. Small. She's not a child. I'm not a child. I'm 29. I exist. I hate that they're acting like women like me don't exist. It just pisses me off so much. Like, they're trying so hard for small woman erasure, and it pisses me off. I'm getting off subject, but what I'm trying to say is that they're using CP as like a shield, as like an excuse to do shit like this, because in actuality they're going after more henty, they're going after more prawn games, all right? They're going after more prawn games because they just hate prawn. And what is it? Wait, god damn it. He made a, what was it? Jimmy said something.
Again, they're using it as an excuse, or as a, like, they're going, this has this content. There's what I saw is like violence against women, and it's like, yeah, there's violence in all video games of all sorts.
Oh my
there's
god.
There's a lot of killing in video games. So and that's where the slippery slope is. I looked at the games that were removed from Steam. I don't have any interest in playing any of those games. A lot of them are like really, really out there kind of stuff. A lot of them kind of heavy incest theme, which is really funny because the people who own these banks, who have the moral issues with this stuff, I wouldn't be throwing around the accusation that the incest accusation. That is definitely something you should not be doing, because I know where your culture stands, and yeah, it's just
Are they from
probably
Florida?
not a good idea.
Cool.
No, they're not from Florida. But it is that, just that annoying, like what are you guys doing? Like gross.
Like,
But at any rate,
okay.
the overall thing here is that this was a coordinated attack to try and get some level of control over video games. And once you let them get a foot in the door,
It doesn't
you
stop.
give them an inch, they will take a mile. They will keep pushing, because they
First,
know
it's
it
the
worked once before.
Yeah, first it's the prawn game. First it's like the CP that the perceived CP, because let's be, as you already stated, Steam doesn't allow CP on their platform. There's a perceived
Yeah.
CP, but then they go after the prawn, and then they're going after the violent games, and then there's not going to be any games for people to play except the boring platformers. I'm not talking about Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's actually pretty fun. I'm talking about the really, really boring walking simulator platform games. Like, oh my god, did you see how many there were on what is it, Summer Game Fest? Like, there were so many fucking platformer games. Can we get away from fucking platformer games? Oh my god, they are so boring. They are so boring. That personally,
Definitely is a list of them that we can like do without. Yes,
they're either
please, thank you.
there's a okay, I shouldn't go after platformers specifically. There are walking simulators. Walking simulators. I hate walking simulators. They're supposed to be atmospheric and cool, makes you relax. They're supposed to be chill games. Those are not games. Those are not games to me. That's literally just a waste of time. Waste of time. I'm losing my shit. Yeah, they're also going after Detroit Become Human because it had like,
Yep.
oh
Well,
god.
they did. Yeah, they did in the past, because you could see the child get shot by somebody. Like, there was a couple bad ends that ended that way, and they're
It's
like,
okay. First of all,
"This
it's
is
a
not
robot.
acceptable.
First
We
of all, it's a
can't allow
robot.
this to happen.
It's not a
This
real
child
child.
was harmed."
It
It's not. Yeah,
it's not a real
it's not a
child.
real
It's a
child.
fucking robot.
A real child.
See, this
Like,
is what I say about the perceived.
grow up.
Perceived is perceived to be a child when it's just a fucking robot. Ah, I want to throw things at the wall. I am so mad. Okay, now I can help you. Thank you, Jamuse. Oh god, it's just I can't. I hate censorship. I hate it so fucking much. It doesn't help, especially when gaming is such an art medium that when you start censoring shit, it it never fucking works out for people, guys. It just never works out for people at all. It hinders people, and then you get Japan, who are just so socially repressed that think like, oh god, I don't even want to get into the statistics, but I don't want to end up like Japan, where they're just socially repressed to the point where it is so hard for people to express themselves in society. I do not want to get to that point. I love Japan, but their society and culture needs some work. All right, Japan is great, but they need to start letting people be individuals, and I think that should be the same in America. I think we're so used to being individuals that like it's so weird that companies want to take that individuality away. It's fucking jarring, guys. And like I said, there's no way that
Turn you into it. If they can turn you into a robot, then they'll know exactly how much money they're going to make off of you every season, or for show or money or products or whatever. It's all about control, and that's what this was boiled down to, is that this is all about this nightmarish level of control of like, I allow you to see what you, or to I control you in the sense that I only allow you to see what I want you to see. And it's like, that is the worst thing that ever happens to a society. Because at that point, it only takes one crazy person to get into control to corrupt everybody. If you allow random stuff to be involved, and some of it, isn't very good. And a lot of these games, again, like I said, none of these games I'm going to buy or play or stump for. But the minute that you close those things out, first of all, there is some degree of evidence that shows that there is like some level of like letting people, like, if you let somebody else like have like violent, video game fantasies or whatever, they're less likely to become violent in real life. There is some interesting research on that I'm not capable of like breaking down into a proper way at all. But it just goes to say it's like let people be people. Don't try and control people. And for the love of God, whatever you do, don't step out and say this will be the only way that we operate. Whoever holds these golden keys, and you jingle the keys, it's like, lady, you have no idea what you've just done. The second somebody gets their hands on those keys, it's ultimate power. It's the One Ring, and they will turn the world into a hellscape because they can. You dim-witted, idiotic person. You're
You know,
you are walking into this enormous trap, and it's like, hello,
you know,
what the hell were you thinking?
now I got mad because I don't like it when people encroach on my rights. You know, it's such a
Mhm.
jarring thing concept to some people to for an individual like myself to want to have rights over what I can and cannot do. I was upset, but I thought about it for a second and I was like, you know what? Okay, let them. Let them. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take the games away. Go ahead. Take the anime and take the prawn away. Take away the manga. Take it away and see what happens. See what happens. Fuck around and find out. That's all I'm saying. Fuck around and find out. You're fucking around right now, but you're gonna find out soon. Because guess what? They're the only providers right now. Do you think they will continue to be the only providers side?
We know that Steam and other people, I mean, hell, you got Parallel Economy, have been pushing and experimenting with replacing these payment processors. And it will eventually come down to a fight. And whether it's one system or another, at some point there will be a point where everything just falls apart, and somebody is now left holding a proverbial bag that is just left with a bunch of bills. And again, you have to be stupid. You have to be metaphorically,
Well,
absolutely, figuratively, positively. Um, I'm trying to remember that line from I'm gonna dig this up because I
guys, you're acting like we can't build more banks. You're acting like we can't build another fucking company payment processor. You guys, you know Venmo exists, Venmo, whatever. Venmo exists, Cash App exists. There are other providers that have their own card system and stuff like that. You think people aren't just gonna go to someone else? You can go somewhere else. That's such a profound thing. Sorry to burst your guys' bubble, but sorry. You can go somewhere else. You don't have to use these providers. You can literally start your own company and like not rely on them. Like you can do that. Like that's how like they still haven't gotten rid of the free market yet. They still haven't gotten rid of that yet. You can still do
yeah
that.
right. So I got it, and I can't believe I forgot this. I don't mean it metaphorically, rhetorically, poetically, theoretically, or in any other fancy way. These people are idiots,
Mm,
and they are going to end up screwing themselves and everybody else over because they're going to hand the golden Sauron's ring, the One Ring, they're just going to hand it over to some crazy person.
I thought you were
And
gonna
then
say
you're
the
going to
golden
get the
rod.
end of society.
I thought I was gonna say the golden
Um,
rod. I thought I was gonna say the
no,
golden
no, no, I don't think that's good for this particular context, depending based off the video games that we're talking about. I don't think that's a good idea. But yeah, it is like again the level of stupidity.
you oh my god. I am so sick and tired of these fucking companies thinking that they have so much power over us, over the common people. I am getting so fucking sick and tired of this. You are literally encroaching on my rights. Can you fuck off, please? Can you rightly fuck off? Like, I'm literally doing nothing. I am not doing anything. I'm just working my ass off, and I want to buy fucking video games. I want to buy video games where two guys smash. That's it. That is literally it. You are crouching on my rights to just enjoy the simple things, and I'm just so fucking livid. I am so mad. Why is that so hard to understand? Stop fucking encroaching on people's rights. You want to what? I'm not gonna elaborate. You heard me. You heard me. But anyways, like, this is literally people's rights that you're encroaching on. This is not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay, because first they come for the games. First they come for anime and manga. Then they go for the games. They're attacking the gamer culture because gamers are, no offense, gamers are kind of weak. Like, why do you think the fucking activists went after the gaming sphere and the anime nerds so hard? It's because we suck at fucking fighting back against bullies. At first it starts with us, with the nerds, and then it's gonna move to Hollywood, and then it's gonna move to music, and then it's gonna this is not just, they're spreading.
It's already coming out of Hollywood, like crazy,
I know,
but
I know, but I'm talking, like, yes, I know it was already happening, but I'm talking about this payment provider bullshit. Like, first they're gonna start slowly pushing the goalposts until they have control over everything, because that's what they want. They want total control.
This
is such a retarded move.
They really are.
This is such a retarded move. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought you could legally do this? You honestly think you're not gonna
Karens?
You think you're not gonna get sued to oblivion? You're gonna get sued to oblivion. What fucking right do you have to take away what people can buy or not? Are you fucking dumb? Oh my god, you have no brain. Jesus Christ. How did you get into college? Did you even go to college? Did you pass high school?
This is the cold open. This is the cold open that I was gonna open with. It was gonna be like, hey everybody, you remember all those like evangelical like talking points about like the end of the world, about how, like, you know, the one world government will come in, take over, and the payment processors will make it so that only people who bow to the beast, the monster at the end times, will be able to buy food and services and stuff like that. Congratulations, we're like one step closer to this. Yeah, these crazy lefty dingbat morons are, marching us towards the proverbial and philosophical, theological end times, because they're too stupid to put two and two together.
Guys, I know people talk about this all the time, but this is important for people to understand history. This is why history is important to know. This is socialist and communist behavior, okay? They want to have control over what you say, what you ingest, over art, and how to express yourself, because they want total control over the common man. This is communist socialist behavior. There's a reason why, back in ye old times, that people fought against communist and socialism, because it was bad. Literally every fucking country with communist and socialist structures, they're in turmoil right now. They're in turmoil. People are struggling to survive. It is so bad. You think we have it bad in America and, I'm sorry, in Canada? Like, it is so bad in other countries where socialism and communism...
It's worse in Canada right now, by far.
I know, Canada's not doing so well. But, like, and UK's not doing well either. But I'm just saying, like, when socialism and communism, when it gets introduced into a social structure, it goes downhill so fucking fast. Like, people struggle to survive. Getting medicine is hard. Getting food is hard. I think if I haven't kept abreast of Puerto Rico, but I heard some things were going on in Puerto Rico. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or is it Cuba? I'm so sorry. I don't keep a track of everything that happens in other foreign countries. Feel free to correct me.
It's been bad.
It's been bad. It doesn't work. Communist and socialist structures do not work in a large society. In a large society, it does not work. In a smaller, contained community, like a village, it works better. I will admit that. Communist and socialist structures in a small village works. If you're trying to implement it in a fucking country, in a country government, it is not going to work. It is not, that's not what, how socialist and communist structures are not meant to have that big of a structure. It's not going to support everybody. People, like, it's, oh my God. A lot of people died in the communist and socialist countries. Like what? God, how long ago was it? Many years ago.
40 to 60 years ago, depending on which one you're talking about.
See, there's many.
Our low end estimates are like 60 million. Our high end estimates are like in the 100 million. And so again, it's like if you're stupid enough to think that works, it's like you, and again, it's like I'm not against like people helping people. It's like that used to be there used to be like community centers, churches, like it used to be the society that you were around, you know. And could you have some things bad happen, like, you know, the Scarlet Letter era of the Puritans? It's like, yeah, of course that happens, and that's terrible. You don't want that to happen, because, you know, then people get abused and face retaliation and all that kinds of terrible stuff, and it's painful. It's 100% get it, 100%, and very, very worrisome, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, do you want to be in a bread line where if there's no bread at the end of the bread line, you just starve and there's nothing you can do about it? You know, after sitting there for 18 hours in the day, it's like, is that the system that you want? Normally we don't get too political here, but this is the grasping hand. I'm going to use more Lord of the Rings references. This is the grasping hand of Sauron coming out to choke the life out of you because you haven't yet bent the knee. Because it's all about bending the knee. It's all about control. It's all about the ability to control what you do, what you think, how you feel, all that kind of stuff. They want to do that. They want to control you, and it's like, wake up. They're coming for your games now. They are coming for your games. They're going to take your games, and then they're going to turn you into the worst thing that they can think of, because that's what they want, because that's what they go for. That's what they believe in. It's disgusting.
I know we're talking about games, but payment providers of this scale having any type of say of what you buy and own is scary. Right now they're talking about games. Right now they're talking about anime and manga. That's what they're talking about right now. What if they go into food? What if they go into media? What movies can you buy? What food can you buy? Like, that's scary. That's scary, guys. This is fucking serious. You have no idea. This is just what is it? Just a first stepping stone that they're trying to implement. And I am getting so sick and tired of this, because they've been trying to do this. Activists have been trying to gain control of the gaming community for so long, and the fact that they went for the payment processors to implement this, I am so done. I am so fucking done. I am sick and tired of this shit.
So dangerous, and we're dancing with psychopaths with their hands on these weapons. It's like, oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it just goes beyond gaming, and I just want people to know that this is very serious. We should take these things seriously. It's not just video games that we're trying to protect. We're literally just trying to protect human rights. God damn, why is that such a hard thing to understand? Human rights. Good lord. Like, why everyone keeps trying to take my human rights away? I fucking hate it. I just want to own game. I just want to play games, bro. I just want to play games. This makes no sense. They're trying to take my right as an individual away, and I hate that. Anything else to add, side?
No, you definitely covered more than I thought we
Uh,
would. I didn't think we
oh,
talked politics and socialism and communism. So that was cool. That was surprising. No, nothing to complain about there. But no, seriously, this is them coming for these games first. They will then go after your games that, oh, there's too much blood in this new game that's come out and we want you to remove it. Hey, you know that Larian Baldur's Gate 3 game? Well, we don't really like that you can kill some of the characters. So we want you to remove the ability for you to kill some of the characters. We don't like some of the sex scenes that are in that game. We want you to remove that. And if you don't, we're gonna come at you with this payment processor stuff. And they're gonna do that over and over and over and over again. Now, will it get to insane levels quickly? Probably not, because at some point, like these guys, they said there was 1,000 of them in this network that bombarded these like CEOs and people in these higher positions and just sent them emails, like 5 or 10 emails a day. And they were finally like, oh my God, we can't get any work done. So let's just call Steam up and tell them, hey, you got to remove the worst of the worst games or else, because somebody's bitching at us. So we're now bitching at you. So they do that. And then again, whether or not, like how far that comes, how far that goes, what levels of insanity that equals, I don't know. We're going to get there, and it's going to be kind of probably very crazy and disgusting.
yep. I'm just saying there's a reason why our forefathers fought against this shit. I'm just saying there's a reason. It's because millions and millions and millions of people died under shit like this, alright? You'd be surprised. Oh, it's just a game. Oh, it's just a book. It's nerdy TV show. It's more than that. It's more than that. It always starts with little things, guys. You don't, God, you guys don't understand. These abusers, these fucking abusers, they always start with little shit to see what they can get away with, and then it becomes more and more shit, and before you realize it, you're in a fucking toxic relationship where they beat you every fucking day, and you can't do anything about it because they fucking conditioned you into liking it. God, this shit pisses me off. I don't know if that was too hard for YouTube. I'm sorry, but I'm so sick and tired of this shit. I'm so fucking done.
Yeah, join the club. It's nasty out there.
Did Valve respond to all the censorship? Did they actually come out with a statement? Like, what?
So yeah, they did come out with a statement. Basically, they said, "Look, there's not much we can do right now. Um, it's not like this was a negotiation. The payment processors do this or else, and do this or else by the end of the week." And so they didn't have the chance, they didn't have the ability to come up with something. So and again, the games that they've removed, I don't think that was those the games themselves. I don't see a serious loss in those games themselves. Do I see this getting worse down the road?
I think
Absolutely.
I think once this all blows over, I think the games will come back. I think once this whole BSery goes down the drain, because it will, because there is no leg room for this to stand on at all. I am so fucking livid. There's no basis for them to do any of this. They are looking for a fucking massive lawsuit. They have no legal standpoint for this. I think what they did is remove it from their platform, but the best that they can do is tell them to like remove it, but not totally get rid of it, and then just like save it to the side, and they can literally just re-implement it once this all blows over. That's what I think. They wanted to remove the bear scene. It doesn't even show anything.
And again, I'm saying, I'm saying that they want to remove this, they want to remove that. Like this is, of course,
Hi,
this
SoCal Sam. Thank you for the hydration tech. Sorry.
This is more like we're seeing stuff going here in these different directions, and it's like, is it bad? It's like, of course it's bad.
SoCal Sam, you missed my giant rant with Steam censorship. I literally went into a huge spiel. You missed it. You want to see what's your yeah, like I don't think segue. I mean that is a clean segue because I was actually going to talk about Nintendo. But anyways, uh yeah, I'm so done. I want to slap people. I want to slap people. They are pissing me off with their fucking inbred retarded bullshit. Like, oh my god. Anyways, I'm literally just gonna spend like 30 more minutes cursing them out, so I'm just gonna move on. Nintendo is altering their patents mid lawsuit against Power World. So yeah, you heard that right. You heard that right. They're adjusting the patents mid lawsuit. Now I actually looked into it, and so apparently there's a law in Japan where you can adjust the patent, or you can adjust a patent during a lawsuit. You can do that. But the way that it's structured, oh my god. Okay. So the way that you adjust a patent is to basically god damn it. Whenever I'm trying to come up with words to fucking, it's hard for me to describe. They're trying to like you when you adjust a patent, it's only you can only do this during a lawsuit in order to be more specific. Good lord, that took me too long to even come up with that term. You need in order to what is it? Yeah, in order to adjust a patent mid lawsuit, you need to be more specific in the patent that you're using in the lawsuit. Like, oh yeah, it's you can adjust it to fix typos. You can do it to be more specific in the patent design. There's another third thing, but it literally just lumps in just like to be more specific in the lawsuit. Oh, not sorry. To be more specific in the patent in the lawsuit. Nintendo did this. They adjusted their patent, but they didn't do it in the terms of the adjustment. The adjustment said you can only do this if you are being more clear about the patent. They did not be more clear. They got more vague in the patent. Can you believe that? They used a law to adjust the patent to make it even more vague, which is not within the rules of use of the fucking law. And it was accepted. It was accepted into the Japanese courts. They fucking accepted it. What the fuck is happening in Japan? Oh my god. They can't keep getting away with this. Wait, to narrow the scope. Yeah, thank you. The other thing was like, okay, so they can adjust a patent to fix typos, to be more specific on the patent, or to narrow the scope. Which I don't really know what that means, but apparently it's just to narrow the scope of the patent. They didn't clarify. They went vague. They basically did that to bleed out Pocket Bear. Yeah, they're doing this typical Nintendo MO where they just want to keep. Okay, so someone actually made an interesting point. They said that they're trying to change the patent so that the lawsuit is extended because it costs money to have like really lengthy court hearings and stuff like that. So they're trying to stretch out the lawsuit. They're trying to stretch it out, and they're trying to like drain Pocket Pair's money as much as they can. They're trying so hard to drain their money. But the only reason they're doing this is because the lawsuit has been going on for a really long time, for a good couple of years now. And Nintendo saw that they were going to lose the lawsuit. So they're trying to artificially pad out the lawsuit just so that Pocket Pair basically spends most of their monies on legal fees and come to a settlement, because that's actually what Nintendo usually does. They don't want to win cases because they know there's actually no legal leg to stand on with their lawsuits. Nintendo's a petty bitch, dude. Nintendo,
They really are.
yeah,
Yeah.
they just make the lawsuit last as long as they can so that the person they're suing runs out of money and they can't afford it anymore. They don't want to win. They just want you to like give up. That's what they want. They don't want to win the lawsuit. They want you to give up. And it's like so fucking sick. Ooh, God, Nintendo. I'm already hyped up from all the other bullshittery. Ooh, Nintendo, don't be in my eyesight, Nintendo. You piss me off. I am very mad right now. But yeah, the only reason that they're trying to adjust the patent is because they were more likely to lose the lawsuit. Pocket Pair would most likely win the lawsuit, so now they're just making it more vague and hard for like the lawmakers in Japan and stuff like that. And it's just so fucking annoying. Hey, look, 69. Either Japan court is full of idiots, someone there really loves Nintendo, or a bit of both. It could be both. It could be both. I was gonna say that, like, I don't know. They also have like very strict copyright laws in Japan. They are strict. You have no idea. Like literally, some guys who not uploaded. They made reviews of anime and they showed like 5 second pictures of a scene in an anime. 5 second freeze frame of an anime, and they were just giving a review of it. They got arrested and put in jail for like 6 months just for that, because they uploaded it on YouTube in Japan, and they have such strict copyright laws, guys. It's ridiculous. Not copyright patent. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that people already assume that Pocket Pair was doing some weird copyright BSery with Nintendo. People already assume that. They have that in their head. And in Japan, copyright is a very strict law. So you can have patents, but there's already a preconceived notion in the Japanese courts' minds already that Pocket Pair is doing some weird copyright bullshit. There's going to be some bias with that. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't have fair use like in the DMCA. Yeah. Like I said, the copyright laws are very strict. They're very, very strict. So there's already a little bit of bias with Pocket Pair. But as we know as people who do love Pal World actually is very its own thing. It does look similar to Pokemon, but it's actually its own thing. And very successful, might I add. Very successful. I really hope that they continue being successful, because Nintendo bullying them like this. I really hope that they make it out of this. I really hope that they're gonna be the company that, I was gonna say something inappropriate. I really hope that Pocket Pair, it will be the first company to show Nintendo fuck around and find out, you know? I just really hope that, Pocket Pair, like, shows Nintendo, like, you can't keep getting away with this. I really hope. If you guys can support Power World, I'd appreciate it. That's only if you want to. It is a fun game, though. I will not lie. It is a fun game. It is a fun game. I need to get back into it, but it's a fun game. I highly recommend it. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else with the Switch 2 that happened with Nintendo. I think I covered all of it already.
Yeah, game sales triggering things. They've been randomly banning people that bricks their devices for the most part, and they just don't care. Like people contacting, hey, you banned me incorrectly, and they're like, we don't care.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
don't do
again,
anything
it's
about it.
just it's so vile. It's just so it just makes me sick.
Yeah, but you need to be careful. Okay, so Battlefield 6 will be revealed on July 29th during a 3-day event, it's claimed. Now, something interesting happened with this. So, have you heard of people's estimations on how popular Battlefield's going to be? So
um, I don't know.
okay, well, I've heard through the grapevine that people have very, very, very overestimate the player count on the the drop of Battlefield 6. So
Yeah,
they estimate 900, was it million?
somewhere in there.
They
It was a
overestimate.
lot.
It was a lot. Either
It was an
900,000,
enormous amount.
either 900,000. No, no, that seems pretty reasonable. 900,000 is reasonable, guys. 900,000 seems pretty reasonable. 900 million, like, dude, you don't understand. They want a lot of people having eyes on Battlefield 6 to an ungodly degree. Like, I could be wrong though. Let me check, because their estimation was crazy. I was like, what? And they'll see it as a failure if they don't reach that profit margin. I'm like, what? Battlefield 6 unit sold estimation, or is it player count? God damn it.
It's the one that's coming out, right? So they're basically like,
Yeah,
we're gonna have
they
this
want.
many people,
Okay,
and we're
okay.
gonna have yeah.
I overestimated. I'm so sorry. Of course, I was being facetious. My bad. I love to be dramatic, guys. I love to inflame the numbers. My bad. They
Right,
want
and I'll
100
do it.
million players.
Yeah, they
They
think
want
they're gonna
100.
get that. I laugh.
They want 100. Do you know how? Okay, what was the consistent player count for the most popular game, Baldur's Gate 3? What was the top player count consistently? 2 million. It was 2 million consistent players. 2 million, guys, of the launch day. Maybe 3 million. I think 3 million. Let me see. Let me see what the God. Let me see. Google.com. Baldur's Gate 3 highest player count consistently. Okay, what is it? Reaching a peak of 875,000 concurrent players on Steam. The game has maintained a strong player base well over, it's been more than a year. It's been like like 4 going on 4 years. It says the highest player count is 875,343 people consistently. And that's Baldur's Gate 3. That's Baldur's Gate 3. That sold 20 million copies and made over $1 billion.
So good.
Now, they want 100 million player target. EA reportedly aims for 100 million players for Battlefield 6, though some development sources are skeptical. I wonder why. Maybe because that estimation is
Shocking.
yeah, like, guys, when I tell you, I have been telling people that these corporations have such high profit margins for games that it's almost ridiculous. Like, it's literally delusional. It is delusional. They remember they do remember their name is trash, right? Oh god. I know. But Okay, look, they have such high estimations because Battlefield has recently come up in resurgence in popularity. Because guess what? Once EA stopped putting their grubby little monetization fingers into it, the devs came in and saved the game. So now it's actually fun to play. And so there's been a resurgence in popularity because the devs know what the fuck they're doing. And so EA's like, profit. EA's like, EA hasn't changed. They're like, profit. So now they're like, we want 100 million players. It's like, bitch, fucking, like 100 million players. Like, are you fucking insane? Oh my god. 100 million? 100 million? Oh, god. Anyways, EA is being delusional like always, and they're gonna be upsetty spaghetti when they realize that they don't reach 100 million players consecutively. They'll be like, why aren't we popular? It's like, what are you talking about? It's very successful.
Or they'll fudge their numbers
Or the budget,
allegedly
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Allegedly. They would never do that. That company would never do that. Big
No, of course
multi-billion
not.
dollar companies never fudge their numbers. No, that's hearsay.
All right, guys, we're almost done. We only have a couple more stories to go over, but the Star Wars Outlaws flop. Guillermo blames waning interest in the franchise.
Oh yeah, it was definitely Star Wars' fault that your Star Wars game didn't do what it had nothing to do with the fact that the game was garbage. Mm-hmm.
You do remember the Star Wars was it Star Wars Eclipse? That was a good ass trailer. That looks so fucking cool.
Any of the Lego games, Star Wars Lego games.
Those are that makes money. People love Star Wars.
No, they don't. They don't make money. They haven't been making money because he said that they don't make money. I hate that guy so much. I hate that guy so
because
much. He can. Ugh.
Let me imagine I'm grabbing your face. You gotta understand. People.
What am I supposed to understand?
Yeah, you got you gotta understand. People like well-written stories, well-written characters, and beautiful games. That work. that work. that fucking work. Star Wars Outlaws flopped because it was ugly, broke into all hell, didn't fucking work, and the writing sucked. That's why it failed. Not because no one loves Star Wars. Everyone loves Star Wars. It's because you can't make a good fucking medium to save your fucking life, Guillermo. And there you go. I release you. I release you.
Okay, good. That's good. My face was getting a little sore.
But yeah, it's just people are so delusional. Or that's not true. That's not true. They're not delusional. They actually they know what they're doing. I feel like they're playing dumb. As much as I'd like to believe they're dumb, they're actually not dumb. They're just trying to manipulate you. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. They're just trying to make you think something else. They just want you to think something else. They don't want you to see the truth. They just want to manipulate you into thinking something else. Does this feel wrong? No, it's because of you're insecure. It's because you're insecure. So it's not because what I'm doing is wrong. It's because it's a you problem. See how they divert it? See the example I'm using? They're trying to divert it. So they're like, my game doesn't suck. It's because no one likes Star Wars anymore. That's why. Get the fuck out of here. I'm getting so done. Okay, so was it the director of Stellar Blade. Okay, the party responsible for hacking our official account is currently operating the following website, through which they are repeatedly announcing fraudulent cryptocurrency airdrops.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so Stellar Blades social media got hacked. They started like announcing like, hey, come click on this, free that. And it was just obviously it was a phishing attack that targeted got people. I hope that person burns.
Yep. That's crazy. Oh, is my internet out?
Nope. I'm still hearing you.
It just
So
wasn't
good.
showing the post. Maybe they deleted it. But yeah, apparently that's crazy.
They may have taken it down once, if like as soon as that website went down. It's like I think there's a good chance that
Yeah.
they're like, okay, good. We don't because you don't want to keep sending people there. So,
Yeah.
some people are so stupid. Some people are so stupid. They see that message, and you know what they do? They click on it.
Oh
They
God.
click the website. They go to the website, and then they click the thing because that's their stupidity levels. That's how smart they are, and it's sad. It's so, it's so sad. It's so ridiculously sad. It's so
I mean,
funny.
they gotta appreciate that they tried. They tried. It won't succeed, and it didn't succeed, but you know, they tried. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, wasn't there? Oh right, okay, that's the next story. Because I was like, wasn't there something about microtransactions? That's the next story. Don't get ahead of myself. Microsoft moves TV store closure and Xbox Windows. So let me see. Hold on. My links aren't loading. Why aren't you loading links?
Could be your browser's overloaded. But
Maybe.
basically they've removed they're getting out of the video movie TV rental thingy, probably because they weren't doing anything with it and it wasn't making them any money, and it was just kind of really stupid that they even thought that was a good idea. Ah, people.
So, okay, moving on. Ubisoft claims microtransactions help players experience more fun. Thanks, Ubisoft. We can always rely on you.
To tell, not a like they didn't lie in that post at all. That post was completely above board. They clearly did all of the research for it. They're clearly speaking the truth. Never mind that RuneScape just discovered that microtransactions make the games worse and drop like long-term players and drops retention, and then they've been hemorrhaging money and users over the last decade, and they're now doing a 180, turning around, and they will be rebuilding the game's monetization from the ground up, and they'll be removing the vast majority of microtransactions. Kudos on RuneScape. I mean, wow. Good job, guys.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Doom Magic. Reaver, you talking will ease my wait, what? Reaver, you talking will set my soul at ease. Hello, Doom Magic. Welcome in. It's been a while. It's just I don't know how me yelling about the state of the gaming industry puts your soul at ease, but I'm glad I can be of some help. Because literally